if you don't know me on the real, then you don't know that I actually had a little bit of an accident, so to speak. You're probably like, yo, what type of accident, homie? Well, I took a little bit of a stumble. We don't fall over here, so I ain't gonna say I fell. I ain't fall nothing. We don't fall over here, fam. We never fall. We may slip, we may stumble, but we don't fall. But all serious, I took a bit of a fall, so I've been walking around the last few days with a cane. I'm a Canaanite right now, baby. So you know what they say, no good deed goes unpunished, so to speak. The other day I was at the gym, right? Boom. And this didn't happen at the gym. Bear with me. I was at the gym and I was just, because at the gym, I'm not gonna lie, dog. The gym for me is a whole other experience than most people. I keep it all the way real, and I'm very unapologetic about how I am at the gym. I be on that treadmill. Sometimes I be crying. I'll be on the treadmill crying. Sometimes I'll be laughing hysterically on the treadmill. Motherfuckers probably think I'm the Joker or a lunatic or something. Like, yo, what's wrong with this guy? He's crying. He's laughing. What? I have a huge experience on the treadmill, dog. Depending on what song comes on and depending on what's on my mind and how hard I'm going, I'll be like a lunatic on that treadmill. For real. I don't even know. So the other day, I don't know what record came on, to be honest with you, but I just started thinking about my sister. I'm not even gonna lie, my sister that passed, the one that I got my tatted on my hand. And I got real emotional. I was thinking about her and just thinking about my nephew and how much she loved my nephew. And it just kind of hit me real hard. And I was like, damn, man, I want to go do something with my nephew immediately as soon as I get out of here. So first thing I did was I called my nephew and I was like, yo, I'm coming to get you. We're going to go. I want to do something nice with him just because it kind of got me super emotional, you know, especially in the gym. I love to see people's reactions too. Like, even if I'm there crying and shit like that, because I'm there like, imagine this big brown motherfucker on the treadmill. And I just look around, sometimes you see little white girls be looking at me like, yo, why is the big guy with the tattoos crying? What's going on? If they only knew the big guy with the tattoos, they probably think I'm fresh out the joint or some shit. It's like, yo, I'm going home to read some Narutos, you know? Never judge a book by its cover because you don't know what's the innards of that book. But anyway, so I go to the crib, go get my nephew, drive down to this really dope little card shop, comic shop, manga shop. It's like all in one, a whole bunch of other stuff. So I go park the car. It's like a parking garage, a huge parking garage. Park the car, and I'm walking with my nephew through the parking garage. Now, you know the aisles where you have to walk through where, well, you don't have to walk through them. Sometimes to get to certain areas, you have to walk through the aisles where, like, you go, like when you're driving in, that you got to get the ticket from, or you talk to the ticket guy with. So there's like these aisles, and I'm walking over one of them, and it is a huge, steep drop that I can't really see for whatever reason. I just can't recognize that it is a steep drop as I'm walking to kind of walk over this thing. So my foot goes down, and I swear it was like one of those moments of, like, you know, TV shows. It was at that moment he realized that he done fucked up, because it just right there, as soon as that happened, I went like flying, dog. It was crazy. I did like a full-on front flip with this shit, like straight up. I did like a front flip. I heard my ankle and my foot like do a clicking sound. I ain't gonna lie, as soon as I came to, one of the first things I was thinking is like, okay, and I ain't gonna lie, bro, I come from it, so I'm thinking, damn, is this like some lawsuit type of shit? Is this the blessing? You know what I mean? Is this the blessing at this big place? And I thought, man, what the fuck, I'm gonna be waiting for some bunk ass, lawsuit for like 20 months just to get like 20 grand and call it a day. Man, if I don't get my big ass up right now. So I did. I ain't gonna lie, for a second there though, you know, I come from it, bro, where a lot of people I know, they like, as soon as some shit like that happens, leave me right there on that floor and call that ambulance. You call that ambulance right now. Every part of my body is broke. So I had that moment, and I'm like, nah, that's not the blessing. I'm not gonna even, no, get up, come on, dog, stop playing yourself like that. So I got no disrespect to people that go do your thing, whatever you do, however you get it, no matter how you move, get it done. I ain't judging you, but for me, I was like, no. But So I get up and I still, because at the end of the day, I had to complete the mission regardless. And my mission was to make sure I take my nephew to this little comic book shop that he really loves. It's a card and comic shop. When we go there, they usually be having like a lot of these graded comics that'd be like, you know, $2,000 for Spider-Man issue, blah, blah, blah. Or $300 for this classic Dragon Ball comic that you can't get anymore. Really cool shit. So I guess hobbled over, you know, limped my ass over to the shop. My freaking foot and my ankle was killing me, and my neck and my back, honestly, like I took a little stumble there. But nevertheless, I made it to the actual shop, bought him some One Piece cards, bought him like 4 packs of the latest box of One Piece cards. I think we're 2 boxes away, if I'm not mistaken, either the next box or the box after that for the Gear 5th card, because Gear 5th is already out in Japan. That's just a side note, and I massively, humongously want that card. So yeah, when that box is announced, I'm going for the pre-orders, and I'm buying like 3 of them. I already got 2 of the first box that they ever released, but I'm keeping those sealed. Like, to me, it's like, yo, this is like the great, you know how Pokemon cards, you look back now, like, man, if only I saved those Pokemon cards. I'm doing that for these One Piece cards, because it looks like Shueisha ain't letting up with pushing the One Piece agenda. So when those cards are valuable, I got them right here, homeboy. You dig? But yeah, I got my nephew the cards. And we skedaddled on out of there, or I limped on out of there back to the car and whatnot. And then they were like, yo, $20 to get out of the parking garage too. And I'm looking at the guy, and he comes from around, he's like, what is the problem? And I'm like, yo, why is it $20? I'm literally here for like 10 minutes. That is the price. If not, you park outside the street next time. I'm like, yo, I just almost broke my freaking neck over here. What are you talking about? You cold ass motherfucker, huh? Like, it was crazy. But you know, I got up out of there. I didn't do the hospital thing. I didn't go to the doctor. I had a cane already from a previous thing from years back. And I kind of just been little by little healing over the last few days. Thankfully, the worst of it seems to be done. Like, for the most part, I could even kind of walk without this. But every now and then I get like a sharpish type of like jolt to my foot. So I'm like, let me just see, by tomorrow, hopefully, I'll be able to do it without the cane, because I want to get back in the gym. You know, I may be still like I haven't gotten rid of all the body fat that I'm trying to get rid of, but I'm kind of like a gym rat. I'm low-key addicted to the gym, and I'm not mad at that. If I'm going to have an addiction, let it be something like the gym. Like, I have to go every other day. If not, I get super depressed, and today was my every other day, but I had to make sure, like, okay, I don't want to go there and some crazy shit happens, you know, at the gym. So I took 1 extra day. By tomorrow, this foot better be back in order, dog, because we getting back up in there, and we lifting, and we getting these gains, dog, because I feel it. I love that I can actually feel like, yo, we getting there, dog. We getting there. It's just that the body fat, like, once I start toning down on the body fat, y'all gonna see Broly up in here, dog. Broly Roosevelt. It's coming. It's coming. Pause. So yeah, that's how my last few days have been. Also taught me a little bit more about where I'm at right now mentally. The fact that I remember, you know, about like 10 years ago, I could be in the crib all day. You know, just laying in bed, watching anime. Like, I could do that 10 years ago like nothing. It was a preferred thing. And over the last few days, when I'm just laying here in bed, I was like miserable, like, oh my god, this is not what I want to be doing, dog. I like to get up. As soon as I get up, get ready, hop on out into my car, go get either some breakfast or head out straight to the gym, or go ship out some of these copies of the Rise of Tim Roosevelt album. I ain't gonna lie, that's been really fun to like wake up and like, yo, first thing, let's head on over to the P.O. box, which again, I gotta ship out, I think, like 1 or 2 of these right now. I love that. That is such a really awesome feeling to go just ship out copies of my album and, you know, start my day. But that's just a side note. Rise of Tim Roosevelt out now, baby. If you subscribe here on Twitch, you get a free copy. I ship it out to you, mate. This is the Infinite Before Slim Shady LP. You don't want to miss it, mate. But yeah, it just showed me, like, I can't do that no more, dude. I cannot lay in bed and just do nothing. Like, I try to be as proactive or as active as I could be, like, still trying to get stuff done. And I know you got to get your rest, believe me. But that's, I guess, the Yoshihiro Togashi in me, that even while I'm laying in bed, with my foot and my ankle hurting me and stuff like that, I was like, boom, okay, I don't want to mess my setup right here. I have an extra laptop that I used to use. Get me that laptop. I'm going to lay here. Okay, let me cut up these clips for Fornev Media. Let me do some thumbnails for Fornev Media. Let me retweet my music. Let me answer all the comments about my music. I can't do that, bro. I cannot lay there. I feel like I am, the clock is ticking and I'm just there wasting time that I don't have. So that's something that I learned about myself, that I can't do that no more. And it also kind of makes me think about people that I've known in the past, family members, one of my grandfathers. I remember when he retired, and I think I said this before, but I remember when he retired, how he just like withered away until he passed away because he was just like miserable. Like, ideally, I guess you always have to try and be active, and that's why too I'm starting now. Like, this year has been the first year that I've taken the gym the most serious of my life, that I've just been massively consistent with it, because I want to be able to, when I'm 50, 60, 70 years old, like, be thinking about, okay, well, maybe I'm not working anymore like that, maybe I'm kicking back, but hey, my beautiful wife that I'm going to have at that particular point, let's go hit the gym real quick, and then we're gonna go do this and do that. I cannot be in bed doing nothing with myself. That is literally one of the deaths of man. I know they say, like, Blackbeard's speech of like the death of man is when he stops dreaming or whatever. That's definitely true, but also the death of man is just laying in bed doing shit all day. Okay, I can't. I have to get stuff done. You know what I'm saying? My kids need me. I need me. You need you. So maybe you should, if you have that situation where you are constantly laying in bed, maybe you're down and out about something's going on in your life, get up. High key, that's the best advice I can give you. Get up out that bed. Go do something. Go brush your teeth. Go wash your behind. Go take a walk outside. Go plant something in a garden. Go do something. Just don't lay in that bed, bro. That bed is like the death of you. And that really just like hit me like, wow, when I realized I feel like I'm freaking paralyzed. It made me think about people that do have those type of situations where they physically can't get out of bed. It's like, it really takes a toll on you, bro. Life is very interesting. Everything ain't just one way of like, yo, as long as I could lay in bed, I'm gonna be good. You try that shit. After, it might be fun for the first day or two, but after a while it's like, oh. And that's that. I was even trying other stuff too at the same time. I was like, okay, let me try some anime that I haven't watched yet. I watched 5 episodes of Slam Dunk. I'm enjoying Slam Dunk. But after those 5 episodes of Slam Dunk, I want to go do something. I want to, I want to go be productive. I want to get out of this bed, out of this crib. You know what I mean? So, with shout outs to Slam Dunk. Oh, and then that brings me to another conversation. So let's mosey on over here, transitioning over to another one. Yoshihiro Togashi, creator of Yu Yu Hakusho and creator of Hunter x Hunter. I'm on your ass, boy. You not low. Well, admittedly, you are low. And y'all probably thinking, what do you mean by that, Fornev? What's going on here? Ooh, why am I calling myself Fornev again, dog? What is this? Take that mask. Put the mask down. It's Tim Roosevelt. Rise of Tim Roosevelt out now, baby. All streaming platforms. Yeah. So, boom. I'm watching Slam Dunk. It's a basketball anime, one of the most highest selling manga of all time. Very, very popular. The reason I'm watching it, boom, a little bit of insight for anybody that want to watch it. It's free on Toei Animation's YouTube channel right now. They got like the first 20 episodes. You could jump into it for free on YouTube. Just go to Toei Animation's YouTube channel and they got all the episodes there in English subtitle. Little gem right there if you want to jump into some Slam Dunk. But anyway, Yoshihiro Togashi. The main character of Slam Dunk's name is Hanamichi Katsuragi, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully I said that right. And it starts off, he's pretty much like a delinquent that was really bad in middle school. And one thing leads to another where he gets into the basketball thing, but he's really bad in middle school. He gets turned down by the ladies. Like, it's a whole thing. He almost feels a little bit like he's... Not even a little bit. I'm going to just flat out say it. Slam Dunk started in, I want to say it was October of I can't remember the exact date, but Slam Dunk started about 3 months before Yu Yu Hakusho started. About 3 months before Yu Yu Hakusho started. I think Slam Dunk started in October. Yu Yu Hakusho didn't start till like December-ish. So what actually that'd be like 2 months or whatnot. Kuwabara, I don't remember where, but I'm pretty sure Kuwabara wasn't in the very beginning of Yu Yu Hakusho. And even if he was, you didn't really get deep into his character. Slam Dunk, you start off with the main character, Hanamichi Katsuragi, and flat out, Yoshihiro Togashi, he pulled a slick one. Because Kuwabara, not only by design, which I can pull it up right here on the screen so you can see, not only by design did Yoshihiro Togashi straight up and down rip Hanamichi Katsuragi, but character-wise, literally he just took him and copy and pasted him into his manga, and then of course inevitably into the anime and whatnot. And the reason he gets away with this is because something that a lot of these authors in Shonen Jump, especially nowadays, don't do, is that he reached out into a pool that people that were going to read his manga probably weren't in the pool of. And what I mean by that is, Slam Dunk is a sports basketball series. So Yoshihiro Togashi, he takes the character from a basketball series, a sports series that not every Battle fan, in fact a lot of Battle fans, let's keep it real, how many people do you ever hear really throwing a Slam Dunk conversation into the thread, the tweets, the topic, like, yo, that the final basketball tournament of Slam Dunk was crazy, or that, you know, the high school, whatever. You never hear those conversations, right? Because a lot of people don't watch or read Slam Dunk. Sure, you'll have the outliers that'll be like, I've been reading it, that's great, but 9 times out of 10, majority of people, they just haven't. Like, they actually started probably with Kuroko no Basket as one of their sports series, or Haikyuu or something like that. So what I say all that to say is that Yoshihiro Togashi is very low and very slick on, it's a tough thing to say ripped off, but if you watch just those first few episodes, maybe the first 2 episodes of Slam Dunk, you will literally see that Hanamichi is Kuwabara before Kuwabara existed, and Kuwabara came into inception, or was created 2 months later. Kawinky Dink? Hell no. Yoshihiro Togashi low for that one and got away with it, because up until this point, and mind you, I am a fanatic for Yoshihiro Togashi stuff. Yu Yu Hakusho is one of my favorite anime of all time, probably my favorite anime of all time. So by no means is this coming from somebody that is a hater of Togashi. I love this guy's work. This guy is a god tier, A-list, S-list, whatever you want to call it, creative in the anime and manga space and whatnot. But fam, Kuwabara's straight up a ripoff of Hanamichi. If you just watch the first 2 episodes, first episode, he's a delinquent, same character design, unlucky with the ladies, gets angry, like so many, straight up like Kuwabara, dog. Maybe I would throw an argument, maybe Kuwabara is slightly less, like the design is meant to look a little bit more like, oh, he's ugly, or whatever the hell you would call it. But for the most part, Hanamichi and Kuwabara are the same character. Now, the difference and why, you know, especially it makes Yoshihiro Togashi a genius. Not only have an incredible character like Yusuke Urameshi, but then you have a side character or a co-star, whatever you want to call Kuwabara, that is such a great character that nobody's going to call out. And he gets away with it, is again that he went outside of the battle series, whether it be indie creators nowadays, whether it be the Horikoshis, whether it be the Tabatas, and if you don't know, Horikoshi, creator of My Hero, Tabata, creator of Black Clover, immediately everybody pointed at them and said, rip off of Naruto, rip off of Naruto. Naruto, people said, rip off of Hunter x Hunter, rip off of Dragon Ball. All of these creatives got hit with that, you ripped off this, you ripped off that, because they straight up were inspired extremely and heavily by stuff within the same genre, battle series. If you really think about it, Naruto, when it first came to the States, the first thing was, oh, it's a copycat of Dragon Ball. Look at Naruto. He looks straight up like Super Saiyan Goku, orange gi, yellow hair, all that stuff. Wow, ripoff. Then as people started getting a little more refined into anime, oh, he copied off of Hunter x Hunter, the Critter Clan, the Uchiha, this, that, and the third, right? Then it goes from Naruto to, like I said, My Hero, Black Clover. They both ripped off Naruto, quote unquote, this, that, and the third. Then you got Mashle. Oh, Mashle copied off of Black Clover and Rock Lee from, you know, it carries on. But you never hear any allegations of it being a rip-off or copied off of or anything when it comes to Hunter x Hunter or Yoshihiro Togashi's works, because man was low and said, I'm not going to dive into the same. I'm not going to shit where I eat, you dig? I'm going to go and shit over there real quick and then come back over here and eat. Mans is a genius at being a slippery sleuth, so to speak, homie. And again, I ain't trying, but I got to call it out, dog. Kuwabara was not an original idea, homie. I was just like, wow, bro. Nobody sees this. Like, I've seen people post that, like, the design is the same. But, homie, it doesn't just stop at the design. It's the character itself. Togashi just said, yo, thank you. Whoop. But yeah, I just had to, I ain't gonna lie, I love Togashi, but I had to call that shit out. Like, you ain't low, dog. Everybody gets inspired by something. Everybody takes a little something here or there. Yeah, they took the Kurta clan for Uchiha, the Red Eyes, Extinct Clan. You took some shit too. You just went to a basketball series and one of the most highest selling manga. I don't get it how he gets away with this, dog. He got away with it. And he would have got away with it completely too if it wasn't for me. Hey. I don't know if I really want to dive too much into it, but apparently there was a UFO whistleblower that was a part of like the government and whatnot that testified his life was threatened over secret alien tech retrieval. Basically, the government under oath, a government official under oath said that there's aliens and that they have the aliens' bodies and they got UFOs and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, there's been aliens for quite some time, homie. There's been aliens for a long time. But not the way that they're going to try and do. This sounds like, I don't know if they're going to do some propaganda stuff where we're going to start seeing some crazy AI-generated imagery of like a building being blown up and it'll probably be like controlled demolition or some crazy shit. I don't know exactly how they're going to approach this one with the propaganda of what they're about to do, but aliens been here for a hot minute, just not the way that they're going to address it and the way they're going to push it. You've been with them. You've sat in classrooms with them. You've shaken hands. You did a whole bunch of stuff with aliens, but not the way that they're about to roll out the alien press kit, so to speak, of what's about to happen. It's crazy too, because they dropped this, and I don't know if it was before or after, but it is funny that this thing comes out about aliens shortly after Mitch McConnell has that meltdown where he just completely stops talking, like if he has dementia or some shit like that. Same thing as Biden, you know, whereas like they look and, you know, that they're old. At the end of the day, that they're old and their mind is going or whatnot. Mitch McConnell in the middle of talking, he just gets mad quiet. And yeah, sending the distraction. That's been their favorite one over the last few years. Like, it started during the pandemic when they started really going hard of like, there's aliens, fam. There's aliens. Yes, there's been aliens for many years at this particular point, but not the way that y'all about to push this thing, boy. Oda equals other dimensional alien. Imagine. Japan loves them some Nobunaga Oda. What's up with that? Like, how many stories there are? If you just search up like anime with Oda Nobunaga, there is a trillion of them. And then the biggest author is Oda. It's kind of like how Westerners, you know, you can't escape from King James. Like, they literally have the world screaming out King James via LeBron James. You can't escape certain things. And in Japan, it seems like Oda Nobunaga is one of those things that you can't escape it. I don't know who and exactly how much of a change, if he was even a real person, this Oda Nobunaga guy was in Japan. But yeah, there's certain things that they love to keep in there. Like, you know, we screaming King James on the court. Nobunaga was the first to almost unify Japan. That's why he's remembered. Was that before or after that whole sword ban? That had to be way before the sword ban, right? Before they basically had like the borders opened up and let everybody in, and then everybody had to stop being samurai, basically. That was way before, right? That was probably what, like Tokugawa era or some shit. I'm not well versed in it. Way before. He was the one who had Yasuke as a samurai. Gotcha. See, the thing is too that oftentimes they will tell you about these legendary samurai warriors, and then there'll be pieces of, well, we're not 100% sure if they actually existed. Like, I think they say the same thing about dude that the guy from Vagabond is based on, Musashi Miyamoto. They say, like, there's questionable aspects on whether or not this person existed. So I'm always fascinated by that. There's a cat version of Oda Nobunaga with a rifle. Yeah, they've done some crazy stuff. Oda Nobunaga was a Japanese daimyo and one of the leading figures of the Sengoku period. He is regarded as the first great unifier of Japan. Nobunaga was head of the very powerful Oda clan and launched a war against other daimyo to unify Japan in the 1560s. Do you think Oda and Shonen Jump has unified Shonen Jump? I'd say Oda of our period, not intentionally, but if anything, kind of to a degree, did the opposite, because competition is never something in unison, right? But especially during the first era of competition with Oda, with Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach, that's division. So that's kind of interesting that not intentional, by the way, I want to be very clear, and not even by their own cultural aspects per se, because that's not, well, I can't even speak on that, whether or not competition is integrated and embedded into Japanese society or whatnot. But definitely having the competition that it's had, it's good for business, it's good for the consumer, all that stuff, and the capitalistic ideology or whatnot. But in terms of unity, competition is not, that's not unity. That's everybody going after, like, yo, I'm trying to be the best. I'm trying to be the best. So it's interesting. But yeah, they have a very large fascination with Oda Nobunaga over there in Japan. I always be like, why they love them some Oda Nobunaga so much? But yeah, I guess because he like unified. That's pretty much like well, I don't want to say like George Washington, but something in the ballpark of that, right? Like how George Washington was the first president of the United States and all that dumb shit. Even though there was seemingly presidents before him, but let's not get into that rabbit hole. Why not? Let's not do all of that. But yeah, I don't really take too much credence into this whole UFO whistleblower tells blah blah blah. Like, even if it is legit, it's probably been here for way longer than what they're gonna say and way longer than what they're gonna do. It's just propaganda. It's either to distract people from Mitch McConnell fucking glitching on stage or whatever nonsense that they got going on. They did this throughout the pandemic. Whenever like, oh, the Black Lives Matter thing is like, we have to sway it in this way or that way. Talk about aliens real quick. Show those fake videos of the little dot on the screen and say that that's an alien spacecraft, and the guys, whatever they got to do to just distract you. There's only an illusion of competition right now. There's only like 4 companies running everything. Yeah, they put the illusion like this one is going up against this one, but the company wins in totality. 8 presidents before him, but okay. Yeah, facts. Big facts. There was many presidents before George Washington. But again, Oda is like Hashirama, but he never succeeded in unifying things, so no Konoha. No, I never watched Adventure Time, to be honest with you. I've seen a few episodes here and there, but I wasn't like a big time watcher. My niece and nephew watched that back in the day, though. I always was curious. I always was like, oh, that kind of looks a little interesting, and my niece kind of put me on game, some stuff that kind of sounded interesting, of like the dude with the battery in his back, and when his battery falls out, he pretty much like dies if nobody's around to put the battery back in his back. I thought that was interesting. What kind of drip do you think aliens are rocking right now? Let's see, probably some Balenciaga, probably some Gucci. What else? Some Prada. They rocking all of that right now, dog. The aliens just drip the hell out, dog. Some Louis V, yeah, Louis V. They designing some Louis V right now for us, homie. Shout out to having the ability for some people to see through the distractions and to kind of spread that out. So at the very least, even if you think that I'm just speaking hogwash or whatever the case may be, at least I put into your brain to question and think about shit. That's all. Like, at least think about it. Like, at least, kind of question, like, why is it all of a sudden, every time there's something going on or something about to happen or somewhere in between is, yo, bring out the aliens. Just at least question it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the biggest things. Like, don't you hate when, especially when you're younger people, that say you ask too many questions? So then now subconsciously you start asking less questions because you don't want to piss people off because, ooh, I asked too many questions. Keep on asking those questions. Even if you're not talking to nobody, ask them amongst yourself or people that are like-minded like you. Keep on asking questions. Gucci fell off hard. Yeah, when they started doing all that sick, weird shit with the kids and, the devil suits and all that weird shit, it's like, yo, y'all bugging. But now, what do you think would happen if the aliens waged war with us? They already have. They already did. A long time ago. Zombie, either we die or we're enslaved because we ain't winning against space fairs. We already lost and we're already enslaved. And most people don't even know it. Or don't even understand it. I feel like reaction channels on YouTube and reaction videos in general have been to the detriment of little kids. And I don't know if I've said this before on this stream or not, but 100% I feel reaction channels have really distorted reality for children on how human interaction really is. Because little kids don't know any better when they're watching their favorite streamer when they're like 5 or 10 years old, and the streamer's, oh my fucking god, I can't believe this right now, and it's like, they're breaking shit, or shout outs to what was homie's name, Uzumaki Khan, that he got closets falling on his head and all sorts of screaming when stuff was happening in One Piece. It distorts reality, but mainly, shout outs to Uzumaki Khan, but I'm talking about like the big guys that, like, they get millions of viewers and most of the time as children or whatnot. They distort reality because a lot of kids, they don't know that that's not real. Most of that is amped up personas to get some type of thing, because in all honesty, when you're at home watching anime, you barely talk, right? When you're watching anime at home by yourself, you barely talk. You might have a loud laugh once in a while. You might have a little, oh shit. But you're not going to be every 5 seconds talking. But in order to create content that is also transformative as best as you possibly can, engaging to the audience and whatnot, you have to force reactions. And with anime, it's like an extreme version. Like with a trailer, it's different. It's like a minute and some change, so you just kind of hype. It's almost like I'm with the boys. Or with reading manga, it's very at your own pace. And at the same time, I'll be throwing in jokes because I got time to think and do whatever I want. With anime, you're like focused in there. So I've always felt like, or at the very least for a while, I felt like live reactions to things, especially long formats and whatnot, with those extreme, spitting out water, screaming, breaking shit, all of that stuff, I feel like has been a detriment to children. I'm gonna just be honest with you, because a lot of kids, they think that that's real, and when they get older, they're gonna have those exaggerated reactions about dumb shit, and people are gonna look at them like they're goofies, like, what are you doing? Yo, relax, homie. But they think that that's how you act, or that's how you should act, or that's how you should act around people, because their favorite streamers taught them to be like that. So I've always felt, or for a minute again, like reaction channels is just kind of wrong. Like when you're to that degree of like going crazy. Like I'm just real with mine, and I'm not saying that I'm better than other people, but when I react to some shit, I'm just honest. Sometimes it might get a little boring, I might get a little quiet, but I'm not gonna fake fucking look at I'm gonna break this shit right now. Like, no, I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm not. Which sometimes will get me into some situations we need not bring up. But I'm always going to keep it real, regardless of what. It's corporations enslaving us, Fornev. What makes you think it's aliens enslaving us? Well, who do you think is running these corporations? And who do you think is running the people that are running the corporations? And who do you think is running those people? I just finished reading the first 2 chapters of Wild Strawberry. Pretty good. Is that a new manga and Jump? Yeah, some of these new reactors just be on crack or something, for real. No, they just lying. Like, honest to God, they were just lying. They're lying to get that type of engagement and to get people to be like, oh snap, so that they could keep on running it up the views. They lying. Even with all that being said, of like what I told you guys about, I'm walking with this bad boy and my foot is messed up, I've been real very hopeful. Like I just feel really good. I feel very much so like, especially when I fall into this predicament, a lot of the times we don't really appreciate nothing, dog. Like, because when bad shit happens in our life, we just automatically feel depressed, or we automatically fall to like, oh man, why is my life like this? Dog, your life could be 1,000 times worse. If you got 2 functioning legs, you are blessed. If you're right now able to have Wi-Fi and sit on your computer with no worries, no gunshots going off in the background or whatnot because you're in a crazy neighborhood, you are blessed, okay? Sometimes you got to look at those things because we take for granted like how life is, because maybe some bad stuff happens or whatnot, and we're like, oh, but in actuality, dog, you are blessed. If you're not going through the worst where somebody is physically hurting you and some shit, you are blessed, because it could always be 1,000 times worse. Sometimes you just got to try your best to be grateful for the stuff that you have, and you never know, maybe God, the universe, whatever you believe in, will bless you even further with something else, because yo, this dude is grateful as shit. Yeah, I'm giving him this, let me give him some more. How many chapters of Icehead Guild there are now? I don't know. I'm like behind by one. I'm waiting for the next one, and I'm gonna do a double, and if I don't really care for those 2 chapters, I'm dropping it. I'm gonna be honest, that's one of the things I gotta keep it real with Icehead Guild. It's a new manga in Shonen Jump. It's the newest battle series. If the last chapter and the upcoming chapter, I'm gonna read them in unison this Sunday, and if they don't wow me, if they're not like to that crazy level, I'm dropping Icehead Guild, because I'm not gonna put myself through, like, it's a cool manga, but if you're a startup manga, you're not supposed to just be like a cool manga. You're supposed to be like not going crazy, because I don't want to be a hypocrite and whatnot, but you got to give me more than just feeling like I was speaking with my brother Max I think yesterday. You can't just give me obvious like, hey, so it's Hunter x Hunter with Vinland Saga and this and that combined, and it's very obvious. Like, look, that's Tanjiro and Rengoku combined, stuff like that. So, and considering the story isn't driving me, whoa, I'm gonna give it another 2 chapters, the last one and the upcoming one, and if it doesn't wow me, then I'm gonna probably put it to sleep, put it to bed, but we'll see. As far as Blackfire ENT, we are working very hard. Last night I was up till I don't know, what time was it that we was up, Siobhan? Like 5? We was up to like 5:30 designing a character. He was doing the, arts and whatnot, and I was giving my input, like, yo, try this color, try that, whatnot. We was up to like 5:30 in the morning yesterday designing a character, plotting out certain aspects for what we're doing with the company. So just because y'all don't see no traction, no movement or whatnot, trust things is happening. It's just everything don't need to happen in front of people when you're doing stuff. You know how they say bad boys move in silence? Like, it don't need to be bad boys. It's just greatness happens in silence. You know what I mean? It don't need to just be bad boys. Good boys and good people and all of that stuff can happen in silence too. So yeah, we're working diligently. We're working hard. We're working smart. We're putting our minds together. We got another creative on board already, which at a later date we will get more into it. But we got already another creative on board, signed up with Blackfire ENT for the launch. So it's going to be very big, and we're going to keep on going hardcore because what we're doing, I can assure you, it's not really being done. All of the indie distributors that you're looking at right now, whatnot, they're not doing what we're about to drop. We're about to drop the bomb on people. So it's going to be exciting, and I can't wait to see people's reactions when we finally launch Blackfire ENT to the public. But we're making massive strides, and I don't know, it's really exciting. That's one of the best things about being a creative. When you create, it's fulfilling, it's exciting, and it's dope. Shout outs to the Moopies. Hey. Well, here's the thing about climate change real quick. Or I don't know if you do know, but back in like the 70s and the 80s, one of the things that they used to say about climate change is that we were experiencing something called global cooling. And there's commercials, you can actually look it up on YouTube, of, yo, we gotta do something, the earth is getting too cold, we're gonna go into another ice age. So that was one of the big things about in the 70s and the 80s. It wasn't global warming, it was global cooling. So how we go from, oh my god, we're gonna go into another ice age, we gotta do something quick, till you fast forward 20 years later, 30 years later now, no, it's not global cooling, it's global warming. So sometimes I just be like, oh, what? The simulation is broken, mate. Since the 70s, we've put like an additional 4 billion people on the planet. Resources been depleted and emissions being released adds to global warming. So then why was they worried about global cooling? You telling me that they didn't know that people were going to reproduce in between all of that? You get what I'm saying? Like, sure, that all happened and whatnot, that we put all those people, but you telling me that they didn't know that there was going to be more people and the earth was going to heat up, so to speak? Just an interesting thing to note. And how it goes from such an extreme that they're scared of an ice age to they're scared of the earth melting because of the amount of people, when you can account that, yo, people are going to continue to procreate. That's why we're here. That's the basic goal of people, procreate. So you got billion-dollar corporations that their whole goal is to assess what's happening with planet Earth, but they can't assess that, yo, shit is about to get cray-cray with the amount of people. People love to, get it on and have sex and have children. Baby boomers. Not to mention, didn't we have doesn't that actually... Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, the 70s is after the baby boomer era. So you're telling me that they're not going to know there's going to be an influx of people, considering they just came out of an era of an influx of people with people having 20 kids at a time? That's a little far-fetched. How you feel about the flying car that they got authorized to test on the streets? That was interesting. I forgot, was it Elon Musk? Even though Elon Musk has been proven lately to be fraudulent on several aspects of... I remember he said there's no way to do a flying car unless it's a helicopter with wheels. And the flying car, is it a helicopter with wheels? The new flying car? Let me take a look at it. In 30 years, are we still going to be like straight up driving cars the way it is? Is automation, as far as like the vehicles being autonomous, is that going to be the thing that takes over? There's a lot of things of like where things can go. Whatever happened to, remember Elon was working on those underground tunnels so that you could get through LA that what would take a half an hour, 45 minutes, you could get through in 5 minutes. That kind of got abandoned. So this is, if I'm not mistaken, the new supposed flying car that is going to be, that it got certified that it could go. And that's interesting that there's an X at the top. Didn't Elon Musk just create that whole X? Twitter is now X, and it looks like he's trying to make Meta, where he's going to put a bunch of shit on their X. So interesting. He bought Twitter just to do social experiments. Pretty much is what it seems to be the case. Either that, or he knew immediately after that he screwed up and he's just like doing whatever to get that money back, or people are paying him for these social experiments. I'm just wondering who's going to be flying that thing and what are going to be the regulations. They got to come up with some type of laws of, hey, we can't just have these cars that at any given point, I don't know if they even run on gas or electric, but if somebody doesn't charge them up properly, they could just fall out of the sky and fall on an innocent kid. And you know, especially if there's some sort of competitor or somebody that doesn't want flying cars to whoever is creating these things, they'll buy one and stage an incident where it'll drop on somebody, killing somebody, and there you go. That's the end of the flying car for a while. And HARP may be old news to you. There are millions and billions of people that you mention HARP and they're scratching their head. I'm sure a good chunk of people in here right now have no idea what HARP is. And I don't know, the design wise, it kind of looks like they're trying to go back to how cars looked like, you know, 30, 40 years ago. And then like, well, but it flies now. So it's like rewinding time, but just putting it in the sky. So I did want to just read these Chainsaw Man chapters. I don't know how many people are caught up with Chainsaw Man. So I'm 2 chapters behind on Chainsaw Man. I figured I'd read them online because or on stream, because I've been hearing a lot of craziness and insanity from it. So I figured, why not? Chapter 136, Normal Life. And it's Denji. It looks like he's going to school. He looks down and out. This is prior to, or this is post, not prior, this is post the fake Chainsaw Man guy that was on TV. Hey, is that a Chainsaw Man shirt? Who are you? You should know that, like, among the well-informed, there's this theory that Chainsaw Man is stealing all the credit for Asami Taka's accomplishments. She's a student at our school, huh? Assuming it's true, do you still plan on wearing Chainsaw Man clothes? Because in a sense, you'd be supporting a victimizer. Oh, God, I would slap this dude. Like, get out of my face with this shit about Chainsaw Man. What are you even telling me about, man? Move. Hey, you two. Did I just hear you dissing Chainsaw Man? Who are you? What's with you dudes? In the name of Chainsaw Man, I'll punish you. God damn. Holy shit. Okay. Well, then. What the hell? Are you listening to me, Denji? You're lucky I'm not suspending you. In my experience, kids without parents are quick to start fights. Next time it's the red card for you. Got it? I hear you put the other guy in the hospital. Oh, so he kicked his ass. He lost 1 tooth. Well, I guess even ordinary high schoolers get into fights. Not that I'd really know either. Think skipping school to hang out would make us ordinary high schoolers? Well, I skipped a day or 2 back in my day. Even knowing we're cutting class, this isn't that fun, is it? No talking during the movie. Everyone evacuated who's going to complain. 32 minutes ago, a devil appeared in the theater. It was killed by the theater's devil hunters within a mere 2 minutes. All that's left is to remove the body. Even without Chainsaw Man, problems get solved. You aren't the protagonist of this movie. It's not like the world will end without you. Oh, she looks like she made it here before the corpse collectors, huh? A girl in my class wants to have a date with you. I set you 2 up. Bye. Knock her socks off. Hey, is this what it's like to be normal? Yeah, it is. Sorry, like, I'm super down in the dumps right now. I'm an amazing person, but I doubt I'm gonna be all that charming today. Poor Denji. Poor Denji. There's all this stuff I can't do now, and I don't know what to do with myself. What am I even getting at? I guess I just want to be alone right now. So like, what? She's touching my wiener. What? What? She's touching my wiener. Okay. What the hell did I get myself into? Yo. By the way, people, we're reading Chainsaw Man. I'm reading chapter 136 and then 137. What the hell? Okay, then. I'm sure Pochita is having a good laugh right now. Like, I'm proud of you, Denji. You finally did it. Oh shit, this is ridiculous. She's touching my wiener. Oh, this is malarkey at its finest. Why not? Why not, right? Let me see. Is there more pages after this? That was the end of it. Yeah, Fujimoto just putting straight up and down fuckery up in these chapters. Like, what is that? Next, on to chapter 137. Hey, senpai, you're a virgin, right? Right? Huh? Yo, I feel like they're trying to calm down Denji's like, you know, depression or sadness, because remember, it's what's his name that just sent her in, like, yo, she want to have a date with you. It's almost like, yo, he's down in the dumps because of this Chainsaw Man debacle, that he can't be Chainsaw Man no more. Go in there and touch his wiener. Like, that gotta be the case. Woman to have sex with you? I've got nothing better to do anyway. Go lick that dead devil. Do that for me and I'll let you have sex. What the Okay, yeah, Fujimoto is wilding. Wow. Choo Choo Lovely Moony Moony Muda Muda. That's the name of this chapter. Yo, Fujimoto is really going way too ham with the this filth. Okay, you're kind of sketchy, huh? A girl suddenly approaching me is like way too convenient. For start, right there, boom. Massive growth for Denji as a character. Because Denji from part 1 wouldn't realize that this is sketchy. He would just be like, my god, it's finally happening. A girl suddenly approached me is like way too convenient. For starters, why would you want to have a date with me when we've never even met? Well, look, I've matured. Facts. I don't fall for honey traps anymore. Besides, I'm sick and tired of mindless obeying somebody for the bait that's dangled right in front of me. Golly, man. Props to Denji. Got it? Then get out of here and have some respect for yourself. Wahahaha. Do it like you're sucking a popsicle, senpai. What? Aww. Oh, come on, Fuji. Really? You got him simulating fellatio? Aww. Shaking my head, fam. Okay, let's carry on. We're gonna have sex at a karaoke. So, good old Denji still couldn't help himself, huh? Even with him knowing that it's like, yo, what the hell, he's still gonna go through with it. We're gonna have sex at a karaoke place? We can never get a room at a love hotel in school uniforms. Plus, a friend of a friend works here part-time. They'll turn a blind eye. Well, in that case, shall we get to it? Before we begin, here's the next catch. Smooch, smooch, lovely, gropey, gropey, horny, horny, jiggle, jiggle, boing, schlick, licky, licky. What the? What? Huh? She's singing smooch, smooch, love. Okay, I'm not gonna read this a million times. Seems like it wasn't a trap, though. That's good, I guess. Smooch, smooch, what the? I'm kind of having fun, so I'll roll with it. Jiggle, jiggle, boing, schlick, licky, licky. That girl's got rock and roll. Rip off her pantyhose. Vroom. See-through body exposed. Maybe being normal ain't so bad after all. You stalkers can't deny your kinky pleasures. Now it's time to mosh together. What the hell? What's going on? Whoa. Vinyl, vinyl. Vinyl, vinyl. What's happening? Why is there a dude attacking him? Oh, this is a trap. Bunch of dudes coming in there to kick his ass while she's singing. Aluminum, alluming meaning of rock. What? Yo, Fujimoto is tripped the hell out drawing these things. What is going on? Bitch, you, get you, middle-aged slashers, the old-time crew. On their deathbeds the whole year through, living out of diners cause they're laid off too. Bitch, you, get you, middle-aged slashers, the old-time crew. On their deathbeds the whole year through, living out of diners cause they're laid off too. A slender-waisted masterpiece. Salons and host clubs forever have a place. Support stress, job stress. Males and females, that's the eternal race. Justice game, lust slave, uncontrollable desire. The suitcase holds rope, duct tape, and a box cutter. You aren't gonna sing the second verse? This seems more fun. So it was a setup all along. What the hell? I wonder if homie knew that this was a setup that sent her in to have that date with him. Freaking weird as hell, I ain't gonna lie. That is freaking weird as hell. Yo, this shit was bugging, man. I felt like I needed to be high reading this. I ain't even gonna lie. What the hell was Fujimoto doing with this manga? What the hell was that? What was that? I ain't even gonna lie. I'm still kind of like puzzled. I'm still puzzled. That's crazy. But high key, I'm gonna keep it real. With all that being said, Chainsaw Man, I feel like to a certain degree, while I still rock with it and I'm entertained by the fuckery, because for the most part it just feels like ghetto fuckery, if I'm being honest with you. I don't know, man. I don't know if I've matured past like being just like through the moon for this shit, or because the narrative has changed quite a bit, that it's fun and enjoyable. But I used to, especially with part 1 of Chainsaw Man was like 9 out of 10 for me throughout part 1. 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 for me. Part 2, with like chapters like this, it's like it's cool, it's funny, but it feels like it's just playing it up for the laughs more so than making a quality story or quality story writing and stuff like that. Like, it's not how it used to feel. Like, it don't hit the same, so to speak. Apparently the dialogue is an amateur band song lyrics. Yeah, that's cool and all, but it feels like Fujimoto is just like, which, hey, if he's having fun and doing his thing, sure, but it feels almost to the point that is overdoing it with being lewd just to get a reaction and give you that feel that Chainsaw Man 1 gave you. But Chainsaw Man wasn't only just lewdness. Chainsaw Man 1 was a mixture of lewd and at the same time, you know, some interesting suspenseful storytelling. And I feel like it's kind of just, it'll be suspenseful as hell, and then it'll miss the other things. It'll be funny as hell and miss the other things. It's something, I don't know what's missing nowadays from Chainsaw Man, but it just doesn't hit the same. It's still dope. It was still a crazy read, but it's not the same anymore. It's weird to say, because I was one of the people that championed the living crap out of Chainsaw Man. And Chainsaw Man 1, it's manga. I still adore it. I still think it's awesome, but I don't know if, again, I've matured a bit past being like, Denji ain't getting no pussy, hey. But yeah, it's kind of like, we don't have the villain like Makima. And that's the thing too, we didn't even know Makima was really a villain for a hot while. We knew there was something off about her. We knew that she was a little not all on the up and up, but we didn't know that she was a hardcore villain. Not quite digging Chainsaw Man. It just ain't hitting like it used to. It was fun, definitely fun, but it almost feels like it lacks substance, and it's again just playing it up for the sake of like, this is funny, guys, y'all remember y'all love that funny shit from Chainsaw Man. And it's like, I don't know, man. I can't get jiggy with this like I used to, mate. So let's see. When we last spoke in the last stream, I did like what? I don't know. What was it? A few days ago, we talked for like an hour or something. I did like the Chainsaw Man one. I told you guys that I messed up my foot. I was walking with a cane. All of that stuff, dog. The power of positive thinking. The power of just saying you can do it. The amount of things that I was able to get done. Even with walking around with a cane, being like, feeling like, I don't even know, man, just going crazy, because like I said, it had me feeling like, what is life? You know what I mean? You know, I powered through it, man, and as of right now, I'm no longer walking with a cane. In fact, earlier today, despite the fact that I'm not all the way healed, I went to the gym and I was on the tread and I worked my way up to my normal speed for an hour straight. Mind you, again, still a little bit of discomfort. It's really primarily my right foot and like my right ankle-ish area. But I ain't gonna lie, I was not letting it stop me, because I just started thinking to myself, oh my God, what is happening? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna let this stop and destroy what I've been building, and that's a routine of a healthy way of living. You know what I mean? Even though eating wise, I haven't been, you know, abiding by some sort of regulation, but I have been abiding by, yo, dog, I gotta get in the gym and I gotta kill it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get in the gym and really live right and do the things that I need to do. So yeah, today I did an hour on the tread. I didn't do any lifting today. 2 days ago, the reason I did an hour straight, because normally I do about 20 minutes of cardio, then I do about like 30-40 minutes of lifting, and then I do another 5 to 10 of cardio. But this one I said, okay, boom. Last time I went to the gym, my foot was really hurting me, so I didn't do any sort of like cardio, any sort of on the tread. I was just lifting. So I was like, I'm gonna make up for it, because I don't like it, dog. I don't like it. I'm starting to get accustomed to really enjoying gym life, of, you know what I'm saying, getting it in. It's not about the gym per se, because I have my own gripes about Planet Fitness. Like, y'all keep that a little bit too fanned out. It's a little too cool in there. You know what I'm saying? And you're probably thinking, what's wrong with that? Well, the whole objective for a lot of people is, I'm going to the gym so I can sweat. You know what I mean? I'm going to the gym because I want to sweat it out. I'm trying to lose some weight. Why do you have fans that are blowing like if you're trying to put out a fire? Well, no, you wouldn't put out a fire with a fan, would you? But you get what I'm saying. Like, they have it wild cold. So especially that I started off today on the tread on a slower speed, it took a hot minute for me to feel anything of like a little break of sweat or something like that. Not to mention the fact that my body is already kind of accustomed that I could walk and run for a hot minute before even a drop of sweat comes out of me. Like, I do this. You know what I'm saying? I do it. Don't be fooled. I do this. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I was really happy. You gotta count the wins. You know, even if it's the smaller wins, the fact that, yo, I managed to power through. It was strange, because the first 20 minutes, I was like, oh my God, my foot is kind of hurting, but, you know, I want to power through for another 10. The next 10, it felt like it got a little bit easier, and I increased the speed a bit on the machine. And then the last 30, I started going all the way up to my normal speed, and I was like, oh wow, my foot is randomly not hurting anymore. I don't know if it's the adrenaline, I don't know what the hell it is, but we out here. So I say all that to say that, yo, sometimes pushing past your limits can get you back to where you need to go. Sometimes pushing past your limits is the only option. You know what I mean? Especially, like, I don't want to be walking around like, yo, shout outs to the people that have to and all of that stuff that, you know, whether you have a physical disability. I'm not trying to say anything against y'all. I'm saying about myself that I don't want to be walking around with a cane. I don't want to be walking around with a limp. I don't want to be doing none of that if I don't have to. So I powered through that bad boy today. And then on top of that, after that, I took all my kids and we went to the pool. I was rocking out, swimming in the pool, walking around the pool, all that stuff. I was not letting that stop me, because it could take something small like that, a little slight injury to the ankle or to the foot, and it'll destroy you, man. It could literally throw you all the way, send you straight to hell, damn near. You know what I mean? Because you start off with, okay, I don't want to get out of bed. Then it starts the sadness and the depression, all these feelings that it's like, where are you even coming from, bro? Back up. You know what I'm saying? Back up. So I didn't let it stop me, thankfully. Now, over the week, let's see, because I like to give you guys a little bit of insight without getting too personal. Because I noticed something online, something I used to do compared to what I do now is I used to be really all up, like telling everybody, like, yo, I'm doing this, and like y'all would know my damn near every movement and whatnot. So I don't really do that anymore, but I feel like with this experience, what we do here, I give a little bit more of me. And something that I didn't post nowhere, I think literally outside of my fam, the only one that I knew was my brother Siobhan. Shout out to my bro. I went to, how many people have heard of 50 Cent? I'm sure you've heard of 50 Cent. I'm not talking about 2 quarters. I'm talking about 50 Cent, the artist, 50 Cent, the rapper. Well, he's on a tour right now. He's on the Final Lap tour. It's like a 20-year anniversary thing for Get Rich or Die Trying. So yesterday, I guess, yeah, still technically yesterday, I went over to his tour, or went a stop on his tour, you know, as a fan. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Tim Roosevelt, The Rise is here, which I haven't even, yo, when it's been 10 seconds and you haven't screamed, The Rise of Tim Roosevelt is out, my album, The Rise of Tim Roosevelt, out now, all streaming platforms. You subscribe right here, you become a member here on my Twitch, subscribing, you get a copy, boom, very simple, straight up and down, 13 records, Day Ones, Mistakes, and Stand and Fight, a lot of great records, God Asked, like a lot of really awesome records. I highly appreciate everybody that has already. I got to send out another couple of copies here soon, and I just sent out more copies. Like, it's crazy that people say, you know, music don't sell or it's hard. You know, every few days I'm shipping out a few of these bad boys. Every other day, more or less, I'm shipping out a few more of these bad boys, bro. Step by step. Yeah, sure, it would be lovely to be pushing a million units first week, you know what I'm saying, doing 50 Cent Massacre numbers, doing Lil Wayne numbers, but I'm appreciative of what I am accomplishing. I'm appreciative of the people that do rock with me, and that's one of the beautiful things about where I'm at in my life, and something that I'm grateful. I'm grateful for that, because 5 years ago when I put out the first project and numbers really wasn't looking all that hot for what I was hoping for back then, I was really down. I was really sad. And, you know, back then I had like 150,000 views on the Ultra Instinct music video, 100 and something thousand views on the Ultra Instinct remix video with Pella K. I had 100-some thousand views of it on Facebook. All sorts of crazy, way bigger numbers than what I'm doing with this one right now. And I was still very, very down. I was like, man, you know, I want my records to go gold. I want my records to do this and that. And I was like, but dog, you know how many artists put out an album and they get like 12 plays in like a month, in 3 months? You should be appreciative of what you got, because it could always be worse. Even if you only got one fan, it could be worse. You could have none. You know what I'm saying? As long as you got that one dude, as long as, even if it's yourself, that's all you need. Back in 2008, when I had nothing, before, you know, good old ForneverWorld came through, I was putting out records and stuff like that into dead air, putting on datpiff.com, soundclick.com. You know what I mean? Like, it could be always a lot worse. I remember, and I know I trailed off from whatever story I was talking about, but we here now, folks. I remember 2006, and I don't know if I've told the story on here. I know I was telling my brother Siobhan this. I might have told my brother H this as well. But I remember 2006. It was a very interesting year, because in 2006, my rap moniker at the time was Young Soldier, right? Young Soldier. and I was working on a project called Hit 'Em Where It Hurts, which I did put out. That was technically my first album I ever really released, was by the name Young Soldier, called Hit 'Em Where It Hurts. I pressed up 100 physical copies. I did it all in my room. I bought a bunch of blank CDs for like, I think it was 100 blank CDs for like 13 something from Micro Center. I bought the jewel case. I bought ink for my printer. I printed out the art. I did it all in my room. I printed up 100 copies of this bad boy. And while I'm doing this, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I'm making that real music, bro. I'm making that music for the people that love Biggie. I'm making that music for the people that want 50. I'm making that music for the people that love the city. I'm like, really going hardcore trying to make that type of music or whatnot. And I'm thinking, this is it. I remember in 2006, me and my cousin, we had found a song that was inescapable on SoundClick. Not SoundCloud, SoundClick. This is what artists was using back in 2006. I don't even know if SoundCloud existed at that point. It was called SoundClick. And I remember it was this song called, I think it was Superman by Soulja Boy. Mind you, I'm running by Young Soldier, so I'm like, who is this guy taking my name? I'm the soldier. What is going on here? And at that time, it was still the rough version before it got mixed and mastered into the massive hit that it ultimately became. But he had a really good game of between on SoundClick, everywhere you went, it was just all over the place. He was doing LimeWire things. If you think you're getting in the club, it's Soulja Boy, whatnot. So he played it very well. And I remember me and my cousin sitting there at the time, though, because I had that really stupid elitist mentality of like, if it's any of the, kind of dance music or snap music of what they referred to it at the time, it's no good. I had that really, which in retrospect, it was just a silly mindset. Like, let people make the music they want to make. And obviously it worked, right? But I remember I was just there with my cousin talking mad cash shit about this song. And then it becomes like one of the biggest things in the world a few months later. Like 2007 hits and it's just inescapable of Soulja Boy. And I remember I was a little bitter for a while. I was like, wow. I was really trying to make music for the people that love rap. And, a dance song kind of pops off. And then I stopped using the Young Soldier name shortly after that. I ain't gonna lie. I went from Young Soldier to, I think I started calling myself B Illy. Then at a certain point, I was calling myself the Illmatic Hispanic. Then, I ran through a few names, I'm not gonna lie, dog. There was a few monikers before we ended up, well, y'all already know I have ForneverWorld. I had for like a month, I was going by Lil Jiren, but ultimately, it took a hot minute to get to Tim Roosevelt, but you need all of that. I needed to see the stupid era of my ways of thinking that like, thinking in this certain mind frame, I'm saying like, this kid is making some snap music, that's not gonna, and he becomes a huge, his album went platinum. I remember it just burned me inside, and I'm glad that it did, and I deserved that. That was what had to happen when I saw Soulja Boy rubbing elbows with 50 Cent. When I saw Soulja Boy rubbing elbows with 50 Cent 2007, I was like, no, that should be me. But you fast forward and again, it all played out for the betterment of me, because at that time especially, I was between the naivety of me, I wasn't ready for the music industry. Sure, I had the passion, sure, I had the love for the music itself. I've always had love for music, but I needed character development. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things had to happen to get me to where I'm ultimately at even right now. I wasn't ready then. I wasn't ready in 08. I wasn't ready in 2010. I wasn't ready in 2017, 2018. I wasn't ready. And it took all of that to get here. And again, I don't know how it's straight over here, but the point being is that sometimes you got to take a lot of the bads in order to understand the good of it. You know what I'm saying? I was very upset back in those days. Like, what happened? It was Young Soldier all the way to the top. I had a group, Realest Thugs. Okay? Like, I had a whole shebanga going on. But again, everything happens the way it was supposed to happen. So I can't look back and be bitter about it, be upset. I could still be right here. Because even when I started doing my YouTube thing, I ain't gonna lie, I took it as an opportunity. Like, I got a little clout now. Soulja Boy and shit. That was the inner child in me screaming, crying, this motherfucker living my dream. So every chance I got, Soulja Boy talking about anime. Why you talking about anime, bro? Fuck out of here with that. You don't talk about anime. This is my parts. You already took my dream, homie. And if Soulja Boy ever saw any of those videos I made, I would love to just see him in the real and be like, yo, if you ever saw any of those, dog, I was just very much so, I was sad and bitter. And in retrospect, I'm just happy for you, homie, because, you know, Soulja Boy, yeah, he's done a lot of things that people will say, oh, you know, he's very constant, persistent about he did this first. Yeah, keep on doing that, Soulja Boy, because if you don't scream out that you did it first, a lot of people are gonna forget you and write you out. So shout out to Soulja Boy always doing that as well, because a lot of motherfuckers will quickly try to rewrite the history book, so to speak, on you and what you've accomplished. And just in general, it's dope that dude did what he did. He carved out a lane for himself. He ain't hurt nobody. He ain't put out music about the destruction of people or whatnot. He made a bunch of shit that is just like, yo, have fun. Be a kid and have fun. Kiss me through the phone. I got swag. You know what I'm saying? So shout outs to Soulja Boy. Again, I don't know if I ever said that story publicly, but that was something that for a hot minute, I went through it. Soulja Boy, you put me through it. But yo, it led me to this week, this Saturday, for 20 years of, you know what I'm saying, I used to be, especially when I was a lot younger, I was a massive 50 Cent fan. I'm sure a lot of people can relate that. At the very least, you either knew of 50 Cent, you rocked heavy with 50 Cent, something along the lines, because 50 Cent was, when I was younger, it was like, oh my God, I wish I could be down with G-Unit. Oh my God, like, I've never, even to this day, I've never seen anything like 50 Cent. Like, shout outs to Drake, shout outs to Lil Wayne, shout outs to all of the people that have, you know, did their thing, the giants of hip hop or whatnot. But 50 Cent's run was, especially for me as a you know, a young kid seeing this, it was unfathomable, dog. I wanted so badly to be around 50 Cent. He was just like, and mind you, I say this from a brand new lens today, so let me cook a little before you make any sort of assumptions, or if you even have fond nostalgia with it. Let me cook first real quick, because I wanted so badly to be down with 50 Cent. I followed him so closely. I listened to all the records, starting from, I think the first record I remember is either Wanksta in the Club, and I remember I had a cousin of mine, my cousin Ronald. Shout out to my cousin Ronald, wherever you at, bro. I love you so much. That's the same cousin that put me on to Dragon Ball Z back in the day when I was like 4 or 5. But I remember, like, you know, 50 Cent was just, it was something like out of this world, bro. When the Massacre dropped, I bought 2 albums of the Massacre. When Rotten Apple came out, Lloyd Banks' album, you know, Lloyd Banks' G-Unit, I bought 2 copies of Rotten Apple. Like, everything about 50 Cent, man, I was just like, yo, he is the super warrior soldier from, you know, he was just everything, dog. G-Unit, I had the G-Unit sneakers, I had the G-Unit bulletproof vest looking shit. In retrospect, being honest with you, it influenced me though in a lot of ways. And I know a lot of people like to hide from the ideas that anything can influence people to do things and whatnot, but 100% you couldn't tell me that I wasn't a super gangster warrior at like 12 years old because I listened to 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't tell me that I wouldn't break your nose and I'm the illest and most gangster motherfucker. Okay, I listen to 50 Cent every day. And that was the influence and impact that it had on me, because I idolized this man, like beyond words. It was just like, you don't know about, if somebody would have said something, I had literal straight up and down hardcore times in school, because especially when I moved from New York to the Midwest, people wasn't on 50 Cent as hardcore in the Midwest as they was in New York in those times, especially as we're edging into like 06 and stuff like that. People was not on 50 Cent at that particular point, especially in the Midwest. It was already like Young Jeezy was coming in, the Dirty South sound was starting to take over, whatnot. But 50 Cent, man, between, you know, when he was again, the Get Rich or Die Trying album, the Massacre album, his affiliations with Eminem. Eminem was another rapper early on that I started listening to or whatnot. And he did have some, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here and lie. He did have negative impact on me in terms of, I just thought I was a super gangster. Anybody that talked to me any which way, 50 Cent's sound would come into my brain. And I would just be like, yo, stop playing with me, bro. Like, it was nuts. It was just like 50 Cent mania. Every time there was anything to do with 50 Cent, I was there, bro. I loved and worshipped that guy beyond belief. But again, it was probably not to the betterment of me. Like, I remember one time I had beef with some beef. You know what I mean? I had a little squabble with kids in school. Let's be clear. Beef is something totally different. You know what I'm saying? Beef comes from a cow. But I had little squabbles with kids in school, bro. And I'm there in my engineer classroom. I think what's it called? Engineer? I forgot what it was called, but technology classroom. And I'm there blasting heat. I'll kill you. I ain't playing, but I'ma kill you. I ain't playing, homie, listen, I'ma kill you. I ain't playing. Like, what are you doing? It was to a point where one time a kid brought a toolie to school because he seriously, like, we had issues and he seriously thought that I was on that type of time because I was constantly on some 50 Cent stuff. Mind you, I'm like 14 at that time. I ain't have no toolie. But I walked around like I had the toolie. I walked around brave as hell. I walked around like nobody's gonna say nothing, bro. I'm gonna start my own gang in school. It was 50 Cent influenced a lot of me when I was younger. Thankfully, I can look at that from the perspective of where I'm at right now and say not only was that negative, not only was that to the detriment of me, ultimately, I'm so grateful that I did have that experience to look back and say, okay, wow, that was totally not me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, everybody has that dog in them of, yo, don't play with me and mine, with the people I care about, all that stuff. Everybody has that. But there's a difference between that and, yo, wait, you talking to me the wrong way? I could hurt you. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? But regardless of what, it's always a fond memory in my mind. It's always going to be something, what you grew up with, bro. It's something a part of you, you know what I'm saying? And 50 Cent was just everything. To this day, I still, I look at that guy like, wow, yo. Like, when I even went to this concert yesterday, it was just like I saw, okay, I'll give you guys a little walkthrough of it, right? When I first got there, Jeremiah was there. Is it Jeremiah? Jeremiah, the artist? He was there performing. And I'll be honest, another thing, too, even before all of that. I went to this event primarily as a study. I went to learn. I know most people are probably like, come on, what do you mean you went to learn? You went to study? What are you talking about? The rise of Tim Roosevelt in all forms and facets. You know what I'm saying? Not only this album, but in order for me to grow as an artist, who better than to learn from one of the most successful artists of all time that has toured globally all over the place? Why wouldn't I take this opportunity? He's, a city away from me, and go learn from one of the people that has put on all over the world. So for me, this was a case study. This was a learning session. This was classes in session. While everybody's there like, yo, people are blowing blunt smoke, I'm there like, no, I don't do that. Stop suffocating me with it. And I'm just seeing beer all over the place, which 50 Cent is so smart, bro. I can almost guarantee that mans was getting a cut off the action because I went to go buy a water. First of all, $5 for a water. But then on top of that, they said, we have to pour it into these styrofoam cups at the request of the artist. And I'm thinking to myself, it could be two different things, or it could be both things. It could be that, where artists getting shit thrown at them nowadays, they don't want that to happen. So, yeah, if it's a styrofoam cup, who cares? But if it's like a bottle or something, you don't want that thrown. And I'm also thinking to myself, I'm wondering if 50 Cent is getting a cut from every soda, water, beer, pretzels. I'm wondering if he's getting a cut from all that stuff at the stadium. 50 Cent is a very, very intelligent person. Like, he's doing this little run, I'm sure, because Hollywood is shut down right now. He's like, all right, movies and TVs is on the fritz right now. Let's go and do music. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised if 50 was doing that, which that's what artists need to be doing. Artists need to be getting a cut from that because we are the ones bringing these people out, right? So artists deserve a cut of the pretzel money, a cut of the water money, a cut of the soda money. They deserve that. But again, that was just me sidetracking. And even that was a lesson for me of, okay, when I'm at that level, I'm going to start making demands of, yes, obviously I can't as an opening, as a brand new artist, as an opening act or some shit, I can't be like, yo, yeah, I want that Budweiser money, stop playing with me. But once I get to a certain stature, once I get to a certain level, yes, give me my cut, my fair share. And maybe, who knows, maybe I'm underselling it. Maybe even especially once you get to a certain point of like, yo, I'm kind of notable. I am bringing some people out. Maybe I should demand some, like, yo, that freaking styrofoam finger over there. I want a piece of that. You know what I'm saying? That they came out to see me and bought that. You dig? So there's that. But more so, I was really studying the stage presentation, all of that. Because it started off, like I said, Jeremiah was out there. And one of the first things I noticed about his set was he had his hype man, He had, you know, DJ playing or whatnot. And he had like a stripper pole in the middle of the thing, because, you know, Jeremiah's music is real sexual, you know, very much so for the ladies and whatnot. And he had like, it looked like it was a stripper session in the middle of his set or whatnot. So I was like, okay. He wasn't really moving around the stage too much. He was kind of very much so like a classic, you know, artist of just staying kind of still, rocking out. And then he has Shorty on the pole and all that stuff, which that wouldn't be me to, you know, have that on my stage personally. Shout outs to, you know, get your money, whatever, but I wouldn't do that. Like, that's not my presentation, would never. But I'm like, okay. So it looks like that's not an anchor. That's something basically to help him get a little bit more, whether it be attention or just get through his set a little bit easier, of like, yo, I got something going on. So he don't really have to get too interactive. He could kind of just sing the sexual themed song, and everybody's like, damn, bro, she got a donkey. Oh my God. And then it's kind of like, so that's how his set goes. I'm like, okay, you know, not bad. But then it goes from that to, it gets quiet or whatnot, because I only knew 50 Cent was here. Like, that's how much research I did into this one. I probably should do a little bit of research. I only thought, okay, it's 50 Cent, whatnot. Then I start hearing people saying about Busta Rhymes. I'm like, Busta Rhymes is here. If you don't know about Busta Rhymes, I don't know what to tell you. Baby, if you give it to me, I'll give it to you. As long as you want. You know, I got you. Touch it, swing it, babe. Watch it, turn it, leave it, stop, format it. Like, that Busta Rhymes, okay? So Busta Rhymes is there. And what I got and gathered from his set, right? Because he came out, he mainly had his one guy, the same guy that he's been for many, many years, bro. The loyalty and the camaraderie and the love between the two of them must be just the most beautiful thing, because it translates so well onto the stage. His guy, Spliff Star. So he got Spliff Star coming out with him. Busta Rhymes, he has like his own little specialized set where it starts off, you know, because they got to build shit quick on the stage. Like, they building everything, like these set pieces or whatnot. And there's a chair in the middle of, like, this big chair. And it slowly turns around. It's like a throne almost. And there's Busta Rhymes there. And he had like this, think Elvis, but in yellow. Like, that was like the outfit that he had. And by no means am I saying that in shade. I'm saying that it was kind of like, wow, you know, this hip-hop icon, a living legend right there. I'm like, it was interesting for me of an experience. And let me cook. Because I don't want to say I wasn't fazed, because I was very much so like, wow, that's Busta Rhymes. But I wasn't doing it from an old past tense self for me that would be like, it's Busta Rhymes. I was kind of like, oh shit, that's Busta Rhymes. This is crazy. You know what I mean? From that perspective. And I guess that's just more so me growing as a person of like, yo, at the end of the day, he's a human being. Bro, he made it. He's made incredible music. He's a pioneer, legend. He just received a Lifetime Achievement Award, I think, at BET and all that. So I don't say that from that perspective. I say that from, yo, he's a man and a human. I'm not going to go nuts jumping out of my chair and screaming, especially I'm a grown man. Even though I probably realistically wouldn't care if anybody looked at me for screaming like that. Because there's still a few people in the world, realistically, I probably would. But nevertheless, I was proud of myself that I was like, yo, you keeping your composure, dog. At the end of the day, one day you're going to be on that side of things. And what? If you're rocking out with an artist you love and they come out, are you going to start fanboying on the stage at them? You know what I'm saying? So he came out, and I noticed with him, a lot of the presence was, he was doing a lot of crowd interaction, and his guy Spliff Star was helping him quite a bit. It's like he kind of gives Spliff Star like yo, you do your thing, dog. You my guy. And it's kind of like a mutual respect type of thing of he helps to carry it a lot, and kind of giving almost Busta Rhymes a superhuman, like, how can I say this? Like, royalty type of feel. Like, okay, it's Busta's time to speak now and stuff like that. Without, not that he's sunning Spliff Star or anything like that. It's just like this very interesting experience with Busta Rhymes of like, you feel like he commands respect. Like, you're going to give him respect or else. Because even throughout the set, when he was singing like the part, baby, if you give it to me, I'll give it to you. The crowd wasn't really as loud as he wanted. He said, yo, DJ, stop this right now. Stop it. He said, whoa. This is a classic right here. Y'all know this song. I want to hear y'all a lot louder out there. So he does that from like a royal perspective per se. And also just a very interesting, like, engaging with the crowd. Because you got to remember, whether it be Jeremiah or Busta Rhymes, both of them we didn't necessarily come for them. No shade, or no, I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way. I'm saying that this is the 50 Cent concert. For me, I didn't even know Busta Rhymes and Jeremiah was there. So when you're Jeremiah, maybe his bag isn't per se to like do crowd engagement stuff. So okay, let's get this girl, get her on the stripper pole that he brought with him or whatnot. I'm sure I'm sure he brought that as like a prop for him for a stage performance or whatnot. Busta Rhymes is him and his man Spliff Star is gonna interact with the crowd. He's gonna command, put your hands higher, keep your hands in the air. You right there, like this is facts. He saw a dude that didn't put his hands up, or he put his hands up and put them down real quick. You right there, put your hands back up. What are you doing? So it's very interesting. Like he does a lot of crowd engagement. So to me, I'm thinking that okay, boom, because realistically, like with the last show, people aren't going to know my records off rip, right? Unless I have a runaway hit, which, hey, if that's the case, I wouldn't mind. But, you know, if you don't have a runaway hit, and mind you, Busta Rhymes has millions of hits. But, again, a lot of people may not be familiar with Busta Rhymes. He's in the Midwest. You know, if it was Brooklyn, or if it was New York, or if it was in a lot of places, I'm sure everybody's going to know Busta Rhymes. But Busta Rhymes is the classic act, and he's in the middle of the Midwest. So maybe some people may not be too familiar. And, again, a lot of people came from 50 Cent. So he's going to get the crowd interaction the way he's gonna get it by, again, commanding this shit. I'm royalty, dog. I'm Busta Rhymes. You're not gonna play with me, bro. Look at me. So shout outs to Busta Rhymes. That was very dope. Unexpected and very much so welcomed to see him there. I was like, wow, yo, it's Busta Rhymes. Boom. Intermission between them. I was even paying attention to that. Like, okay, it went off. I went, got a pretzel and some water, came back after, I don't know, it was maybe like 20, 30 minutes, maybe a little more, something like that. And it was kind of perfectly timed, because the moment I sat back in my chair, the lights went dim. They took like this glass case. They built a glass case in the middle of the stage. Smoke starts coming out of it. I'm like, oh, snap, what the hell's about to happen? You know what I'm saying? And then you start seeing like all these monitors that I'm assuming that 50 either already prepaid for this or rents this equipment, because, you know, it's just a regular stage, right? And then all of a sudden these giant monitors are there. There's a whole band. Like, however much they pay 50 Cent, like, let's just say they give him $500,000 to show up there. I know a good chunk of that money goes into creating a really good show, because there's like 6 or 8 different monitors, giant monitors on the stage. There's an entire band, you know, drummer, keyboard, all sorts of stuff. Yes, and Busta Rhymes is the guy that starred in one of the Michael Myers movies. It had to happen at some point, man. I had to see 50 at some point. This is something from my childhood. The little boy in me that wanted to be the most gangster guy on earth, not realizing that being gangster is simply protecting the people that you love and care about. That's gangster. Protecting your community the best way you possibly can. That's gangster. But that's a side note. But that little boy in me, I had to feed him this one, bro. I had to give it to him, because this is something, you know, 20 years later. So anyway, the smoke is coming out, and then boom, 50 pops out. He starts off with the record. I can't remember if it was on TOS. I think it was on TOS, Terminate on Sight. And it was a very interesting record. I was like, why did he choose this record to come out with? Like, because if I'm thinking to myself, okay, if I'm 50 Cent, I'm going to come out with one of the most hype records to start it off and get everyone really, like, going nuts. Like, I'm going to start off with Go, Shorty. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to start off with In the Club. I'm going to start off with, you know, something that is the most recognizable. So for him to start off with, now me, I'm on some shit. I will set trip through your hood, bitch. I will let it go. That chrome and that chrome. Don't go fucking with the kid. I was like, huh. Especially considering that's a record with Tony Ayo and Lloyd Banks on it. And, you know, not even gonna get into that, but, you know, Lloyd Banks is on his own now. He's no longer under G-Unit or anything like that. So I was like, I wonder why 50 chose that record in particular. Maybe it was just like he felt he wanted to start off hardcore. But either way, I was like, okay. You know, I was just hyped to see the man. Like, wow, this is 50 Cent. And what I was saying earlier, going back to what I was saying earlier about how much, you know, he must spent on this thing, right? Again, a band, giant monitors that he's either renting or he paid for himself. And then he has this whole background dancer train of, like, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10 women that is a part of, like, different songs. They come out with different costumes. He got on the stage with him Tony Ayo and Uncle Murda. And I'm like, wow. Me visually, I'm like, oh man, you know, I would have loved, and shout outs to Uncle Murda. Nothing, you know, because I love the Uncle Murda wrap ups, you know what I'm saying? It gets me in my little ignorant bag of like, yo, whatever. So shout outs to Uncle Murda. And I remember a record I used to love, Pull It. different time me again. But I was like, oh, I wish it was Lloyd Banks there. You know, the little boy in me was like, where's Lloyd Banks? Where's Young Buck? Shit, where's Game? Even though I know Game and him it will never happen. But you know, just that little boy in me like, ah. But more so, really, where's Lloyd Banks? Because like Lloyd Banks is to this day still one of my favorite artists. Like those Course of the Inevitable albums. Like, oh my god, I just love the growth scene. Like, it reminds me so much of like something I would do, of like seeing him, like I think the first Course of the Inevitable album is him holding his daughter's hand, and then the third Course of the Inevitable album is him and his daughter like sitting down, like staring off into the distance, something beautiful stuff. So that's also just, I would have loved to see Lloyd Banks in general. One day I will. Maybe it wasn't time right now because they had different stages in their life. You know, 50's continuing on, Banks is doing his own thing now, but it was still. Either way, it didn't take away from the experience per se, but it was just like, you know, damn, G-Unit. But yeah, he had Uncle Murder there, so I'm just thinking to myself, okay, boom, on this high level, and it's not that I'm pocket watching, I'm studying, you know what I mean? Like, this is all a case study for me. So you got to pay Uncle Murder, Tony Ayo, all these dancers, all of their costumes, all of their choreography practicing. You got to pay for the band. There's a drummer up there. There's a keyboardist over there. Like, there's quite a few different people part of this band. There's these giant monitors. Then he has pyro flames blowing out from time to time. He gotta pay for that, right? I don't think they're gonna provide that at the stadium, and even if it is, it's gonna be at a cost to him. At some given point throughout the performance, confetti pops out like 3 or 4 different times. More confetti going further down the road as it keeps on going. So I'm like, okay, this is an expensive production. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, maybe it's because he's 50 Cent. He can afford this. You know, they probably, again, I got to imagine he's getting no less than in the hundreds of thousands for this performance. I'm not going to say maybe $1 million, because I don't think like they're going to give him $1 million for that. Well, 50 Cent deserves it. At the end of the day, his name demands it. But I'm thinking maybe that he got like $500,000 for this. So between Uncle Murder, Tony Ayo, the dancers, the band, the pyro, the confetti, the choreography with the dancers, their costumes, like all of this stuff, I'm wondering, like, maybe that'd be like $100,000, $200,000, right? Like Yayo and Uncle Murder probably gonna get like 20, 30, 40 a piece. And again, I'm not trying to lowball. If I'm off on the numbers, forgive me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just thinking to myself, okay, so to put on a production like this, it's probably gonna be very costly. That's what I say. Oh, that's to say, bottom line, it's pretty costly. You know what I mean? And I also noticed that too. Again, it's hard for me to compare because for myself, you know what I mean? 50 Cent has eons of hit records that everybody knows. Just a Little Bit, Disco Inferno, Candy Shop, In the Club, Many Men, PIMP, 21 Questions. Like, he was going for an hour and a half performing. And I'm like, yeah, how do you do that? You know what I mean? Like, I did my 3 records at my show. And I was like, oh, snap, okay. I mean, granted, I wasn't tired or anything like that, but it was like, oh, tall order. And I did notice a couple times where 50 Cent would slightly mess up. Like, he would spit a verse and like, yo, you just spit that verse already. And then they would kind of play it off and keep it going. So I noticed too, like, you never let him see you sweat. I can see that he's sweating. I'm very in tune with this thing. But you never let him see you sweat, because most people, they're not going to catch on. Like, whoa. So I noticed that as well. Like, he never let you see him sweat. It was just kind of like, yo, keep on going. And again, it's hard to compare that, you know, this guy got so many years of hits. And also, one last thing that I kind of really noted was the fact that, again, to perform for that long, you got to be really, like, it's physically demanding. Like, I could perform my little 3 records. I could perform probably 9 records, 10 records, right? But I was just standing up watching this thing because, you know, you got to stand up. Everybody's in front of you. And this about hour and some change of 50 Cent performing for this time period, my feet were hurting me. And I'm like, if my feet are hurting me, and this dude, on top of all that, he's going to the back from time to time for like 3 to 5 minutes and having a whole costume change and everything. He's sweating bullets. This is a physically demanding situation. So sure, he's getting a beautiful paycheck from this, and at the end of the night, he's going back to a hotel, probably got the baddest woman in the world. Like, those dancers, you could tell they're like throwing themselves at 50, like, oh, come on, 50, save me. Shout outs, I'm just fucking around. Shout outs to the dancers, all that stuff. But this is a physically demanding task, you know what I mean, to be able to go that route. Again, I think physically where I'm at right now, I could probably perform my entire project, The Rise of Tim Roosevelt, which is out right now on all streaming platforms. You can listen to it. You can stream it, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, everywhere you get your music. But it's a very physically demanding job. High key. It's super demanding that you're on your feet. You're memorizing all these songs. You know, I was, one of the things I was scared of imagining myself on that stage is like, oh my God, if the flames burst out and I'm not paying attention, I could blow my whole face off right there. You know, I could have a very bad accident there. So I don't know how some artists, which granted, maybe the artists that are like, you know, off of, you know, whatever substances they take or whatnot, maybe they're not doing all of this, because if you're missing a beat, you can seriously get hurt with these flames that are blowing all over the place. Like, I'm like maybe row 11, I guess. I think I'm like row 11 there. Like, I'm pretty freaking close to the stage, right? I'm about 11 rows in. You figure, I think it's 11 rows. I don't freaking know. I know I'm super close, and I'll have like the footage somewhere. I might put a piece. The thing is, like, I'll tell these stories on the stream, but I never want it to be that like I'm bragging. Look, I saw 50 Cent, because primarily, again, I'm telling you that I went there as an artist to study one of the greats, and how he's still doing this at 40-something years old. This isn't to brag. This isn't to make somebody feel like, if you was home reading a book last night, you won. Don't think that my story of me meeting 50 Cent, or not meeting 50 Cent, I wish I met 50 Cent, but going to the 50 Cent concert diminishes your time that you had. You read a good book last night, you laid in bed. Maybe you work hardcore and you got to lay in bed last night. You won. Don't mistake. We're totally on the same page right here. You did what you wanted to do. I did what I wanted to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want that to be very clear, because I never like it to come across as if I'm like, yeah, I did that. We share our experiences, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I definitely know that I gotta really keep on going hardcore in the gym, because I saw 52. I was like, damn, yo, he looked like he was back in the Massacre era. Dude was brolic as hell. I was like, wow. He probably did that in anticipation for this tour, because it's physically demanding. And yeah, honestly, it was one hell of an experience to just witness. You know, again, the inner child in me was screaming all the way through. Shit, I was screaming through a lot of those songs. I was like, yeah, I knew the lyrics for so many of them. America got a thing for this gangster shit. They love me. Oh my God, I was going nuts. Leaving the concert, traffic was, oh my God. There was, at one point, one dude hops out his car with $5 bill. He's like, yo, I'll give you these $5 if you let me cut through. And me, I'm like, I thought for a second to myself, like, first of all, I don't want your $5. You know, I'm thinking to myself, I don't want your $5, and can you please get the fuck away from my car? I've had a long night. But in all honesty, I just ended up saying, I looked at him. I was like, no, just go ahead, go. Because I know what it would be like if I was in that situation of really, yo, this is crazy traffic. So why not help somebody out? Give somebody a you know what I'm saying, a little or whatnot. So I let homie hop in front, and his girl too. So nice guy Tim, good guy Tim, but it wasn't trying to just be a nice. It's just like, yo, dog, if I was in that situation, I would be really hopeful that somebody would help me out. And I didn't take his money. I said, yo, keep your $5 and go ahead. But yeah, that was my experience. And honestly, I'm just grateful of all the knowledge that I obtained from it. It was a little bit not pricey, but it was money well spent, is what I want to say. It was money well spent, because I just learned a whole lot on how to put a performance from, again, there was 3 stages, mind you. Like, the way I broke it down to you, there's Jeremiah, that out of the 3 acts, Jeremiah is the, I don't want to say the least known, but, you know, he's not as accomplished as Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes been doing this for like 30 years, 50 Cent, 20 years, you know what I'm saying? So there's Jeremiah, and again, his whole thing was, hey, I'm singing sexual music, you know, he got the swag and bravado, he got women on the stage. Busta Rhymes is crowd interaction, he got his man Spliff Star to help him out, whatnot, but Busta Rhymes too is just giving you the performance of, you know, he spits very fast. I couldn't do it in a million years, but he's really dedicated to the craft, he's not half-assing it. Oh, and another thing I recognize with all of the acts is that none of them was using back vocals on their performances. It was just the beat and them on top of it, and maybe on like hooks or something you would hear it, but they was all like, throughout all of 50's performance, you heard his actual voice coming through that microphone. It wasn't anything of him lip syncing, you know, there was no Milli Vanilli throughout all of this thing. So I think that's another very key component to doing and bringing forth a proper performance. Is you got to give the people what they want, man. They want you. They could listen right now. They could go listen to The Rise of Tim Roosevelt all over the place. They can't listen to me on stage giving you a different type of performance of The Rise of Tim Roosevelt. So that was something else that I peeped as well, that I definitely want to, I'm not going to master it overnight, but I want to practice on. I really got to get, like, okay, I got to remember these lyrics. I made my mistakes, but it's time to grow up. Can't keep living like I did as a kid. That shit stuck. Like, I got to memorize these lyrics, boy. Because that was something else I noticed. But anyway, Busta Rhymes, he's using crowd interaction, crowd engagement, you know, demanding his respect. Like, I'm Busta Rhymes, bro. You didn't hear me the first time. I'm going to tell you again, I'm Busta Rhymes. And then 50 Cent is, because everybody came for 50 Cent. He's the main act. He has such a illustrious, gigantic career that everybody's already going to sing all the words to his records. Everybody's already going to get crazy just to see 50 Cent, this anomaly, you know what I'm saying? And funny too, the child in me remembers all of 50 Cent's mannerisms. Like, he still moves the same as the old 50. Like, you can't throw that clone jacket on 50. It's still the same 50. I ain't gonna lie, because his movements, everything, I'm like, yo, that's 50 Cent. But 50 pretty much was just giving, like, the icing on the cake, the cherry on top, with not only they came here for me, so they're gonna know, they're gonna just be excited by my presence. I'm 50 Cent, you know, power is still a massive force in this world. I'm talking about, you know, his show that he got on TV and whatnot. But he's giving you just like the everything. You're getting him, you're getting the records you love, you're getting a band, which is a super original performance, which I'm imagining they boost, like, you know, the payment that he gets boosted from having a super original performance there, not just the beat in the background. Dancers with choreography for all of them. From time to time, the dancers will have their own little tiny set in between a couple of the records. You got, oh man, like 50 Cent is just that he got to give you everything else because you already expect 50 Cent in these records. So that's interesting, but he don't really got to do crowd engagement or anything like that. That's what he got Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder to do, and they don't even really do any of that. They just really support him. And, you know, Tony Yayo's loyalty, bro. If you ever feel that you have a friend that is like Tony Yayo to 50 Cent, you better keep him, and you better treat that person good. Because Tony Yayo, I remember, see, most people wasn't big 50 Cent and G-Unit fans like me. I remember Tony Yayo with the glasses back in like the How to Rob days, okay? When Tony Yayo had the big frames, which I ain't trying to crack on nobody. I got big ass glasses too, Yayo. If you ever see this, I ain't talking shit. I got big old glasses my damn self. But I remember, you know, Tony Yayo back in the How to Rob 1998, 97, 96 days with the big glasses and back of 50 Cent. We're in 2023 and he's still right there rocking for his mans. If I ever meet somebody that is like Tony Yayo in my life, by golly, they get in the world. You know what I'm saying? Everything. That's kind of right now what my friendship and my brotherhood and everything that I'm building with my guy Siobhan right there is like something like that, dog. That's what I want to model of like just that real camaraderie, that real like, yo, dog, he was there from 98, 96, we're in 2023 and he's still there, still supporting his mans while everybody left, Game left, Buck left, Banks left, Yayo's still there. I love that, man. That's something unfathomable to have a friendship and a camaraderie and a level of respect between two men like that. That's just beautiful to see. And yeah, it was definitely a lesson. So, you know, when next time I announce, yo, show coming, I'm gonna be performing here, performing there, expect that I'm gonna whip out a lot of, pause by the way, I'm whipping out, what am I whipping out? Hey, no. Expect I'm gonna whip out a lot of tricks that I learned from this performance. You know what I'm saying? Like, my very first major concert I ever went to was in 2017 with Kendrick Lamar for the Damn Tour. And that was an experience in and of itself that gives me a lot of ideas too. Because the thing that I recognize with watching this 50 Cent performance, right, is I'm not Jeremiah. I'm not going to have a strip on stage. I'm not going to sing to you sexually or whatnot unless I get some super crazy sexual record that happens to take off. Even then, I still wouldn't do the stripper aspect. I would probably figure some way out with it, right? I'm not Busta Rhymes. I'm not a living legend of 30 years that is gonna, you respect me, I'm Busta Rhymes. Not that he was screaming like that neither. Let me not get it too crazy and whatnot. So I'm not Busta Rhymes in that aspect. I can't go like that. And I'm definitely not 50 Cent. You know, I don't got a 20-year catalog of these classic hits that everybody recognizes. So I gotta find a way and tailor my shows to who am I, where I am right now as I continue to ascend. You know, if I get a hit album and, you know, everybody knows majority of the records on there, boom, then I could do something on a 50 Cent level where I power through an entire set of all these crazy songs. But I gotta focus on taking all of that info and then translating it to, okay, so what does, utilizing all that information, what does a Tim Roosevelt show now improved with all of this knowledge, what does that look like? And I got a lot of crazy ideas, because I'll just say that I'm Tim Roosevelt, but I learned from ForneverWorld. Okay? So I got a lot of stuff and a lot of tricks up my sleeve that y'all not gonna believe. Of like, I'm like, oh my god, I could do this, and oh, he did that, I could have that, and oh. And yeah, overall it was a good time too. I'll admit that. But really, I was with my pencil, my paper, studying the craft, baby. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, an eventful week, from almost shattering my foot and my ankle. That was an experience. The 50 Cent concert. Ooh, I got an update on something I wanted to talk to you guys about. And it's very interesting, because bottom line, I'll share it with you guys as much as not that I can, very, very light on what I'm about to share with you guys, right? Because it's kind of big. I've been talking about it for a little bit now. So in case you don't know, there's been a situation with one of the people from the live action One Piece. Like, to give you a very quick rundown of it, because I've talked about it a lot already, and I don't really, I'm not trying to clout chase or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get nothing out of this. I'm trying to do a whole bunch of other things. I'm not trying to get clout for like, oh, check out my YouTube channel because I got into a beef with no. But I do want to address this because it's already kind of been floating out there. So again, I was cordial with somebody from the One Piece live action for about a year or two now. You know, we had cordial conversation once in a blue moon, nothing crazy or whatnot. I recently reacted to the first trailer for the One Piece live action, not the one that y'all just seen with all of these. It was the first one that was very short. I wasn't as favorable for it. I didn't bash it, but I was more so like, here's my criticisms, here's the things I like, and ultimately, here's the things I don't like. And that person from the One Piece live action took offense to that. I don't know what it was, you know, at the time of why they felt the way, but ultimately they sent me some very nasty messages that I really wasn't pleased with, because I was kind of like, whoa, you know, I was just being honest, and I wasn't, you know, I could have been very nasty and disrespectful from the jump and say this shit looks garbage or whatnot, but I didn't. You know what I'm saying? So why would you come at me with venom when I really wasn't coming with venom? I was just being honest of like, this needs work. Buggy, that you can't deny that, you know, that Buggy didn't look bad in that first trailer. Everybody agreed on that. And when I first saw it, I came back from like, I was out in the city filming my music video for Mistakes, you know, my song Mistakes. I was out in New York City filming my music video for Mistakes. When I get home, or when I get back to where I was staying at, that's when I see the One Piece. So I don't even know what's people's back. I'm giving you guys a raw, haven't heard nothing. I don't know what people are saying. I'm giving you guys my opinion based off of just me watching for the first time. No outside influence or whatnot. Not trying to be mean or whatnot or anything. So boom, homie has sent me that. I kind of started feeling like I don't want to even put this out there publicly. So I just started saying, yo, I'm not watching the One Piece live action, because I don't have to tolerate disrespect neither. A lot of people, you know, my viewers and whatnot, was questioning, yo, why are you, how can you be a One Piece fan and say you're not gonna watch this? At least give it a try. Come on, what's wrong, Fornever? I'm losing respect for you, man. What's going on? And again, it's because people at that time don't understand like what's happening behind the scenes. So eventually, you know, I mentioned it a few different times. I mentioned it on stream. I posted that stream on my, you know, the ForneverWorld show, as I call it, on my ForneverWorld channel, and then on Fornever News, where was the main portion of backlash that I was getting from. I posted about it, and I spoke briefly about it. Again, always hiding the person's identity, because to this point I'm still not going to tell you who it is, just because I'm not trying to send any hate towards anybody. And ultimately I wanted homie to win from the jump, but I can't lie, like, and that was the thing I feel like homie didn't understand, is that even if, how can I say this, if I was to sit here, right, and watch that first trailer, right, and I was to lie and say this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, and everybody else is like, yo, homie, you're lying. You know, you're getting something out of this. You're lying. This shit looks ass or whatnot, right? My credibility goes out the window, right? Because it's like, yo, you're lying. We all see it. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, again, I wasn't even saying that it was trash or anything like that. I remember specifically saying that Zoro was great casting. I was really happy about Zoro. There was a bunch of things that I said that I liked about it from that first trailer. But if I lie and say that this is all the greatest thing ever, people say, no, we have eyes, we can see. It's not. You're lying. My credibility goes out the window, then the next time there's more info, nobody's going to trust anything I have to say. So how can I even help you moving forward if I'm sitting here lying from the jump to protect a relationship, which again, there really was no relationship, but for your betterment, I'm going to lie. My credibility is going to be shot. And now I can't help you anyway, because they're going to be like, oh, he's just going to fanboy over this One Piece live action. We don't care what he has to say about it. Or I could be honest about it, be fair and honest about it. Not just like honest, like being fair. Like, yo, I like this, I dislike this. I like this, I dislike this. Give you a balanced, fair thing. And overall, I remember very specifically, I said, I want to see more before I make my judgment on this thing. That was one of the final verdicts I came to with that first trailer. So, I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know exactly what was expected of me. I'm not going to stay quiet like I wanted to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? It was the trailer. It's One Piece, all that stuff. But then after all this, I've recently seen, and I have to really dig in exactly to kind of absorb what was said, whatnot. But homie sent me a message apologizing about the whole situation. Basically explaining to me the amount of vitriol that was sent his way since the inception of this whole One Piece live action, and kind of having this person on high edge, so to speak, or just feeling a certain way about the project and feeling a certain way about, especially, one more content creator that he felt maybe was piling on to the situation. So again, I have to look into it, but as it stands right now, if it's for the most part genuine, because again, I briefly looked at it. I was, I'm doing a million things. I'm walking with, I'm doing, gym with a messed up foot. I think this was sent last night actually. So I came from the 50 Cent concert. I crashed, woke up, went to the gym. I'm going to the pool with my kiddos. I didn't really get a chance to sit down and exactly read the entire thing and look okay, whatnot. But for the most part, I wasn't trying to have a beef. I wasn't trying to have an ongoing problem with somebody from the One Piece live action. So I'm just going to kind of let bygones be bygones. Again, it's not like I was going to continue to carry on and bash it anyways or whatnot. But I'll read the message on my own time, and I'll take it from there. But I wasn't going to continue on this hate train regardless. Like, I already had spoke my piece of what I said, of basically, especially conversing with you guys about the situation, of it would be foolish of me to allow one person to dampen and just completely destroy the One Piece live action experience, because I wanted to, regardless, I wanted to enjoy this thing. Every time there's a live action anime to live action thing, I always want to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Historically, we've gotten a lot of bad live actions, but I always want to enjoy it. So when a lot of people are like, yo, you're going to let this one guy, come on, man. Like, it's what he did, and whatever decision you make, like, those were the reasonable comments. Whatever decision you make, we understand. Nobody want to be disrespected and then on top of that support something. But to let one person completely derail what I want to do, that would be silly of me. So, I was already going to make my own choice whether or not I was going to watch it. And to be honest with you, I probably will watch it. At the very least, I'll watch episode 1. But I wasn't going to go on a hate train with homie, you know what I'm saying? And for many different reasons, I wasn't going to out homie's name on who he was. At the end of the day, I don't want nobody to lose their job. That's just not me. You could call it soft, you call whatever you want, but I'm not going to try and, let's start something. Like, why would I do that, dog? Like, that's not me. Like, at the end of the day, he said some nasty words to me. I responded and let people know, hey, there's somebody that's acting up. We had our back and forth, and, yeah. Again, I got to read it to exactly say, like, I forgive you. But it was going to be bygones regardless, unless homie amped up and went extra with it, whatnot, because that's not where I'm at with my life. You know what I'm saying? How could I say that I'm healing as a person? How can I say that I'm growing as a person? How could I say that I'm trying to be the best version of myself, setting an example for people that look at me, like, my bro H that looks at me as a hero, my kids? How could I set any type of example if somebody's going to apologize and whatever? I saw Max say, yo, excuses or whatnot. Ultimately, I know myself, and I know where my heart is at, and my heart ain't at with beefing with somebody over the One Piece live action. So I'm just gonna let bygones be bygones. It is what it is. I don't think I'll be, having crumpets and tea with homie or anything like that. But yeah, that's where it stands with it. I appreciate the effort at the very least to apologize. That was, that was decent. I respect that aspect of like, yo, homie could have just been like, fuck out of here, I ain't saying shit. So I respect that aspect of it. But yeah, I'm kind of in a way glad to, for the most part, put this behind me now, because I didn't want to have this ongoing arc of me versus this person from the One Piece. No, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you guys, like, I've been showing you guys for the longest time where I'm headed. You know, Blackfire Entertainment, the rise of Tim Roosevelt, music, creating, stuff like that. I no longer have any will or desire for destruction, for conflict, for any of that stuff. Again, if it comes to my doorstep, me being the person I am, I have to defend myself. Me being the person I am, I have to stand on what I believe in and whatnot. But I'm never going to go outright and continue on looking for fights or continue on with things that don't need to be a conflict. There's a lot of other stuff in the world that is very pressing matters. You know what I'm saying? Very crazy stuff happening in this world that I could put my attention towards. And beefing with somebody from the One Piece live action isn't where my energy needs to be at. Me 2 years ago, 3 years ago, yes, I would have went hog wild, and then my brother Max telling me that, I would have been going nuts on here, cursing all. That's not me anymore, and I'm very grateful of where I'm at right now with it, to be able to say, like, you know, it is bygones be bygones, whatevs, you know. I still want the show to be successful. It's Oda's baby, you know what I'm saying? The fact that Oda's putting his name out there, H to the Oda, Goda. So, of course, I still want One Piece live action to win. Hello. You know what I'm saying? Even if I have my criticisms, I want to see it win, man. I would love, you know how dope that would be every year to be massively excited, or every other year for another season of One Piece live action? Like, if it comes out and it's actually good, tell all people that are watching this clip right now, tell me you don't want to be excited every year about a live action One Piece that is actually good. Like, if it comes out and it's good, you don't want to be excited every year about that? Like, that sounds so fun, bro. It's like, imagine that experience you had when you was a Game of Thrones fan or a Walking Dead fan or any of those shows. Imagine having that, but for One Piece every year or every other year. I want that. I would love that. I would love that for a lot of titles. Like, if Naruto's live action, depending what they do with that, I would want that. So, of course I want. And One Piece live action doesn't look as bad as we initially thought it would. That first trailer, it was like, whoa. Second trailer, it looks a little promising. I want to see it win. I want Goto to win, dog. Let's go. Dude's on his Mountain Bandit shitty timing trying to diss Tim. Get out of here with the sob story. See, that's why I love my brother so much, bro. Shout outs to my brother Siobhan, aka Max Powers. Like, that's what family is supposed to do, okay? That's what family is supposed to do. Family don't play that shit about you. And I'm the same way about my brother Max Powers. You know what I'm saying? My brother Siobhan White. That's the same way I am. You don't play about my brother, he don't play about me, and that's why I respect and love my brother. You dig? Oh, man. Shoutouts to a heckler, bro. You need a heckler. A heckler is good. Every time it gets too quiet and there's not a little bit of trolling, something is wrong. I always appreciate a little trolling here once in a blue moon. You just gotta let them know. You just gotta let them know that at the end of the day, you ain't phasing me, dog. If this is the weird side, this is the fun side. This is the good side. And I'll appreciate and take that on the chin. Pause. Have you watched the new Invincible Adam Eve special? Adam Eve special. I thought, that's not part of the trailer that was already released? Let me take a look. Hold up. Because we could definitely watch some more. Y'all know how I feel about Invincible. We could at least watch the trailer together so I can see what I have in store. Because high key, I didn't know anything about this. So I might, damn, that's crazy, bro. Why is it that the moment the other day, real quickly, I canceled, because I was just like, yo, I haven't watched Netflix in like 100 years. So I canceled my Netflix. I was like, I haven't used anything at Amazon Prime for like 100 years. I canceled Amazon Prime. Not that, you know, because sometimes I really be enjoying the living crap out of using these services or whatnot for certain things. But I was like, I don't need neither of them. Boom. They clone Tyrone comes out. Everybody's telling me I need to check that out. That sounds interesting as hell. So I'm like, damn, I wouldn't mind firing up Netflix. And now this, an Adam Eve special, an hour long, y'all telling me. It's like, golly, man. The moment I cancel them, they like, haha, you thought you was going to cancel them, dog. One. Boom. Adam Eve. Just want to talk to you where you come from. Okay, the art and animation look beautiful. Before Invincible Season 2. I wonder what made them do this. Was this maybe supposed to be in Season 2 and they took it out and made a special out of it? Okay, so this is when she was younger. Get out of my way, kid. I'm assuming this had to be from the comics. Why can't you just be normal? That is hilarious. What happened right now? Yo, Prime is definitely the right home for Invincible and the boys. They both complement each other. The cape is cute. The name is Adam Eve. Special episode. Watch now. Oh my God, y'all gonna really make me get Prime, huh? Oh golly. Yeah, it's always a one more. They always pull you back in. Yo, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I would love to, after the stream, go and watch They Clone Tyrone. Like, that's something that I've really been wanting to watch. And then now y'all put this on my plate. God damn. And I'm looking at a couple of little back alley sites, and it's like, there's no Invincible on there. Not that anyway. But that trailer is definitely cool. It looks like, again, like it was something that they maybe needed to explain something, I'm imagining. And they were like, yo, we don't want to have it in season 2 per se, so here's a special. That's dope with them, because, you know, that's an investment at the same time. That costs money to put that together. There's a post-credit scene for Adam Eve's special episode. Yeah, let's do Candy Flurry, all right? My brother Max Powers has been telling me for 100 years, let's do Candy Flurry. So let's read some Candy Flurry together. I trust my bro's opinion on manga very heavy. I've only read, like, maybe a piece of the chapter or chapter 1. I can't, honestly, it's been a hot minute. So we're going to read this bad boy together. Candy Flurry got axed. Yeah, it did get axed, but that's okay because there's plenty of really great manga that got axed. Hungry Joker, axed. Sensei no Boge, aka Barrage, axed. Red Sprite, Candy Flurry. The premise, described as a sweets battle comedy, the series follows Tsumugi Minase, a sweets user who wields a lollipop weapon thanks to the Toy Toy candy, a confection that gives those who eat it magic candy powers. However, the power of that same lollipop candy destroyed the city of Tokyo 5 years ago. Therefore, she cannot let anyone know of her ability. Yeah, I gotta lie, the name of it and all of it, the lollipop and all that, it does sound a little bit like pause, but I don't want to let that, you know, affect my experience. We're gonna read this thing. If it gets a little bit too zesty, I might be like, yo, Siobhan, what have you done? Candy Flurry, Chapter 1. Lollipops are a special kind of candy to me. If I get one as a reward, I don't eat it all up in a day. First, I enjoy how it looks, then I undo the wrapper with anticipation. God. I ain't gonna lie. Pause! But after I'm done eating it, I look at the stick and feel a little sad. Pause! We need to do a pause counter right here. That's what you do with a lollipop, right? Siobhan, what are you doing? Alrighty. Cindy Toy Toys candy is the best in the world. Only 100 pieces of limited edition candy were made. Each one has a unique surprise. No two are alike. Get the right one just for you. The ad seemed so plain, of course, no one believed it, until someone ate it. Soon, there were people who could conjure confections out of thin air. It kind of sounds like Quirks. It kind of sounds like My Hero Academia, but with candy. It didn't take long to figure out what happened. If you ate a Toy Toy candy, or even Devil Fruits of One Piece, if you ate a Toy Toy candy, you gained the ability to create sweets. It sounded like a dream, but it was real. And because of that, Tokyo was decimated. 5 years ago, Tokyo was decimated by someone who had eaten a Toy Toy candy. There are still no plans to rebuild the city. Authorities have yet to identify the lollipop user. Oh, geez, a whole bunch of lollipops on... Looks like it. Yeah, that's so weird. Very creative, I ain't gonna lie, but it's strange. Please contact the authorities if you have any information on the lollipop user. Please help catch this person. Help! I'm trapped in this donut. This is why I hate sweet users. It's so sweet that I got an awesome power like this. Even after they stopped selling them, there was a spike in criminal activity by sweets users affected by Toy Toy candies. Call the reset now. We have to catch him. Today's sweets are still considered an indulgence, but are also seen in a whole new light. They're weapons. Seriously, they're sold out already? Yeah, sorry about that. I wanted some of your cream puffs for lunch. She's cute. She's cute. If you'd like one, I bought too many anyway. Really? Thank you so much. You're so nice. Well. Is that enough for lunch? Sure is. Even I sometimes wonder why I don't eat much. I gotta go. Thank you. Yes! I was worried I'd miss out because I overslept. It's good that I'm cute. My name's Tsumugi Minase. I'm just a normal high school girl who really loves sweets. Of course, there isn't enough for lunch. This is for my 8 a.m. snack. Diabetes? You know what I'm saying? Relax on the sweets there, buddy. Yes, this series could have had potential to address diabetes. I'm just saying, in a major way. Yes, now that I've made it here, all that's left is to meet up with others. Stay out of my way. A sweets user? Huh? Sheesh. I'm normal except for one thing. I'm a lollipop user. That'd be mad crazy. Like, yo, you try to press somebody like, yo, what are you gonna do about it? I'm a lollipop user. Alrighty. We on pages, for people, anybody just joining in, we pages 12 and 13 of chapter 1 of Candy Flurry. It's a series in Weekly Shonen Jump that got the axe. Go to hell! No one knows about me as far as I know. If anyone found out, there's no way I could keep on living my life. No one can ever know. My cream puff! What the? Hey, what'd you do to him? We came to check out what was taking him so long. Don't move. Who the heck are you? What the hell? Is that a fork? Fork knife. No. What the hell? The reset. I have arrived and neutralized the criminals. They. Sweets police reset. Misaki Midori. What? I'm so confused right now. Okay, so it's just a regular dude. That's not the dude that she just whipped his ass. No, this is a different person. Gotcha. He just came and saved her. Okay, I gotcha. They're unable to speak at the moment. I'll bring them in. Huh? He's scary. The Sweets Police, also known as the Reset. They're a special organization that deals with illegal activities engaged in by Sweets users. They're the ones I have to watch out for. Huh? Who are you? Are you involved with these people? No way. I just happened to get mixed up in this. I see. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. I'm sorry that a civilian got involved. Oh, I mean, your uniform has powdered sugar on it. If you send the receipt to this address, we'll reimburse you for a replacement. No worries, you are only helping me. No, this is my responsibility. Well, okay then. Why not? I guess I'll buy a new one. Alrighty. But why is the criminal unconscious? Did he have a bad landing? Could this... I got away without him suspecting me, but I lost my snack too this morning. Sucks. The Reset. I need to be careful around them. I should just avoid any and all contact with them. If I were found out, they'd come after me. I'd have nowhere to go, and then I'd end up like this pig. Okay, a pig in a box in the middle of the street, alright? A dog. That's not a dog, that's a pig. Huh, I'm not gonna be like you ugly pig. I hear it's gonna rain this afternoon. Too bad for you. She's a little bit of a mean girl, no? Little mean girl energy there, okay. No one is gonna solve your problems just because you're crying. Morning, Tsumugi. Morning. I hear it's gonna rain this afternoon. Did you bring an umbrella? Oh, I forgot mine. Oh, so even though she was mean, she left the umbrella for the pig. That's weird. Okay. I like these. Okay. That's a little layer to the character that's interesting. You know what I mean? She, despite the fact that she said all those mean things to the pig, she left the umbrella for the pig. Okay. My life right now is going pretty well. I have good grades and I consider myself a stand-up citizen. There's no way I'll be found out here. I'm Misaki Midori. Nice to meet you all. Midori works for the Reset. He'll be in and out of class, so help him out, everyone. My classmates in the Reset? For real? That's so cool. At least that's what I used to think. Oh god, okay, that's the dude that just saved her from those punks. Their desk is over there. No way. Oh, you're the girl from this morning. Yes, I'm so glad you were there to rescue me. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're alright. Everything is cool. I was just an innocent bystander. It seems you stood your ground this morning. I hope you didn't get hurt. Huh? No way. I was a shaking mess in the corner. Sure. Only a gorilla or a Sweets user could pull off an attack like that. This guy is totally two-faced. Did he call me a gorilla? I'll show him. Okay. I heard that the criminal wasn't faking his injuries either. Who do you think did it? Who knows? Obviously not me, right? There are lots of Sweets users hiding among the general public these days. Does that ring a bell? Nope. I see. He totally suspects me. This sucks. I can't believe I got distracted by a cream puff and let my guard down. Stubborn types like him are the worst to deal with. Damn it. Tsumugi. Yes, what is it? Did you read the letter I left in your shoe locker? Hey, it's Kuwabara. What's going on, Kuwabara? Hey, you're messy, hey. I wrote it to express my feelings for you. Kishizaki will never say die. He's been rejected 36 times and won't give up. Oh, I threw the letter out. Well, what? Is that a yes? Thank you. Let's talk over a dessert buffet. This will be the 37th rejection. How can he keep going like this? No. Hey, you there. What are you doing? Kuwabara. Yo, why is it Slam Dunk, that character design, Yu Yu Hakusho, that character design, and now this manga, that character design, are all three characters that get rejected constantly by women? Are they saying like the Pompadour characters are ugly? Like, don't rock a Pompadour. Japan thinks you're ugly. Can't you tell she doesn't want to be with you? Hold on, I'm coming. Why is he walking over? You got something to say? Then hurry up and say it to my face. It's dangerous to run in hallways. He's so serious. The rules may vary from school to school, but I'm pretty sure that's a given. He's even respectful of the individual rules for each school. Tsumugi doesn't like you. Please stop. So that's what this is about. You can't just assume who she likes. Right, Tsumugi? I don't like you. Oh, damn. Kishisaki, this guy is from the reset. Same as Iri that second year. What? It's fine. A reset agent never uses force against civilians. Why did you say that? Because I would never use my authority to threaten people. He's so serious. That's good to know. Alright, I'm returning the quiz you took at the end of the class, or more like, he's an idiot. Ugh, if only I had time to review. He got a 0. A little reviewing is not gonna help. This part is hard. For example, this is an idiom, so you don't need to think about the meaning too much. Idiom? I get it, I understand now. No, you don't. Just face reality. Okay, let's take a break. I have some gummies, and since you're my new friend, would you like some? He's a reset agent, but I can still use him. No, thank you. I can't let my guard down until I'm sure you're not an illegal sweets user. What? He's not hiding his suspicions at all. He's such an idiot. And besides, I hate sweets. What? You hate sweets? Do people like that really exist? People can like different things. I mean, after all that's happened, I question anyone who can still stomach sweets. Well, I mean, yeah, sweets decimated Tokyo. Especially lollipops. They stand out and are too big to eat. You're supposed to break it into pieces and eat it. Because of those things, Tokyo was destroyed and a lot of people were hurt. It's the devil's candy. Okay. Sorry, I gotta go. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh yeah. Thank you for tutoring me. It's been 5 years since the destruction of Tokyo. The city looks the same as that day. Please donate to the Rebuild Tokyo Fund. It still looks horrible. Scary. I wonder what the lollipop user is like. I hope they get caught soon. Basically, sweets users have no doubles, so I'm supposedly the only lollipop user in the world. But rain. Oh right, it was supposed to rain this afternoon. I guess someone took that pig dog and my umbrella. I'm lower than a pig. Damn. Misaki, the sweets user from this morning, escaped. What? How did that happen? I'm sorry, we underestimated how much this donut could expand. We had no idea fried sweets could expand that much. Such a big mistake. He's already exceeded capacity and appears to be unhinged. We believe he's close to your school. What the hell? I ain't gonna lie, the art on this one looks dope. No way, the guy from this morning? He's so much bigger. It hurts! Oh! I could use my powers. No, I shouldn't. If I use them carelessly again like this morning, my identity. That day when everything was destroyed, I watched as lollipops rained down. I saw the culprit behind the destruction. No two sweets users can have the same powers, but I saw another lollipop user that day. Oh no. Ouch. Wait, Misaki, I'm sorry I got here late. Don't tell me you walked here. What are you talking about? Of course I ran. Don't be stupid. Look who's talking. Well, thanks for helping me again. No problem. What, are you bleeding? Are you okay? I'm alright. You're obviously not. My head, As suspected, he's lost control. Tsumugi, please get to a safe place. Why? Why did you help me? You suspected I'm an illegal sweets user. Because it's my duty. I don't choose to help. I don't choose who to help. Besides. Okay, so he was a victim of the sweets attack in Tokyo 5 years ago. Gotcha. I don't want to see any more people suffering because of sweets. Please get away from here. There's a busy intersection up ahead. I have to stop him. But you're hurt. Regardless, I still have a duty to stop him. Wait. Hurry, get to safety. If I use my powers here, if I use them, my identity, I don't want to see any more people suffering because of sweets. The art, I ain't gonna lie, the art in this manga is really good. Damn it, I keep thinking about myself. Roar! What, did she run away? And besides, I hate sweets, especially lollipops. It's the devil's candy. Lollipops are a special kind of candy to me. If I get one as a reward, I don't eat it all up in a day. First, I enjoy how it looks. Then I undo the wrapper with anticipation. Pause, please, pause. But after I'm done eating it, I look at the stick and feel a little sad. Pause. That's what you do with a lollipop, right? It's not the devil's candy. Is that a lollipop? Okay. Wait. Okay. Ooh, that art. Homie's art game is insane. Okay, smashed homie with the lollipop. That felt good. Why did you help me with your powers? You knew I'd find out. I wanted to show you, that it's easier to eat a lollipop when you break it into pieces. Are you an idiot? Like you're one to talk. The lollipop user, one of the Reset's most wanted targets. You have my thanks for helping me. If you were a normal human, I think we could have been friends. Is he really gonna do some fuck shit right now? But as a reset agent, I have to arrest you. The culprit who destroyed Tokyo and killed so many people. I'm not the lollipop user that everyone hates, but I bet no one would believe me. It's okay if no one does, though. I've just always wanted to tell someone. Those weren't my lollipops. Okay, alright. So chapter 1 of Lollipop, I was gonna say Lollipop Chainsaw, of Candy Flurry, down. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Honestly, it was alright. It was interesting. The premise was interesting. Again, it reminds me of like the Devil Fruits or Quirks in My Hero, something like that. It was okay. It wasn't driving me through the moon per se. The art was really dope. I like the creativity. The character is kind of interesting. It comes across as like a more of a realistic person, I would argue, of like, yo, she's kind of in the struggle, like, damn, I really don't want to, you know, I kind of want to be selfish, I don't want to blow my cover, but I don't know. I think it was alright. For a first chapter, it was okay. Still better than Ice Mid-Gill. No, stop, Black Panther, stop. I like the art. I definitely 100% can tell you I didn't dislike it. I liked it. I just, I expected a little more, Max, if I'm being honest. I like the aspect, again, of like, it reminded me of like Quirks and Devil Fruit users. Really, I guess it would be more Devil Fruit users, right? Because you eat a Devil Fruit, there's supposed to not be two people with the same Devil Fruit, whatnot, minus of course the clones, which that could possibly be why there's two Lollipop users. But yeah, it was alright. Thank you for being a first time chatter, Cosmic Fart Dust. What up, Tim Roosevelt? Love the album. Love the name, Cosmic Fart Dust. And by album, in case you don't know, he's talking about my album, The Rise of Tim Roosevelt, out now on all streaming platforms. If you subscribe right now and become a Twitch subscriber to me, you get a free copy of the album. I will ship it to you. This is my Infinite before my Slim Shady LP. You don't want to miss out on it. Got 13 tracks. The CD sounds way different than the streaming. That's one thing that is 100% facts. Like when I listen to this in the car, if I stream it off the phone, it does not sound the same as listening to the CD. And at the same time, it's going to have massive value down the road. So you want to invest in it, subscribe and get a copy. There's only two ways to get a copy of this thing. You either see me in the real at one of my shows, or you subscribe here on Twitch. Okay, boom. Let's just jump straight into it. Chapter 1 of Blame. You got to scroll down just a wee bit to where it says Log 1 Net Terminal Gen. Okay, boom. I'm scrolling down, mind you, because I do think that Blame doesn't have as much dialogue. It's not dialogue heavy. So let's see. There's a girl with the question mark over her head. A human hiding there. Hey there. Been a long while since I've seen another person. Where did you come from? Oh, from far off. It looked like you had someone else with you. Must have just imagined it. Hey, what is it? Okay. They're getting straight to the action. All right, let's go. Right now we're reading Blame. It's the pinned manga. Max Powers pinned it for you guys. It's a kind of a older manga, I think. Not too old, but the art right now is incredible, and we're just very early on. We just started right now, so you could hop in and read with us. It's a manga called Blame. We just finished reading chapter 1 of Candy Flurry. Now we're jumping into Blame. These are two recommendations my bro Max Powers has been telling me for ages to check out, so I wanted to honor his request. So let's continue. Okay, boom. Homie just shot dude in half. What type of gun is that? Kyril, he wanted my cells too, didn't he? I ain't gonna lie, this manga though is very unorthodox. The form of storytelling feels very unorthodox. What are these two creature looking things? Motherfucker look like Zordon with a body. You know Zordon from the Power Rangers? Look like Zordon with a body or some shit, or like some, like, I don't know, disturbed Otsutsuki. Didn't take you long, thanks. So you found them? Yes, genotypes from before the infection. It's the little one. And by the way, that other character design next to homie with like the, I don't know if that's blonde or white hair, kind of reminds me of Claire from Claymore. And the man, I wasn't able to scan him. Come on, that's got to be enough. Save my backup already, will you? Hey, don't. Oh, snap, okay. It just threw homie overboard, alright. Very much so, how do you call it? Show not tell. Like, this manga is the quintessential show not tell. Because we're flying through this chapter right now. Looks like, okay, one of them just got stabbed in the leg by like an arrow or something. and they're like falling. I think it's like the girl looking character. What the heck is going on here? The art is insane. This is freaking oof. I know I was saying Candy Flurry art is really good, but my god. Holy shit, that explosion. Yeah, oh, dude looks like Jinzo. The one right now that is fighting him, he kind of looks like Jinzo from Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, let's keep going, let's keep going. What the hell? Honestly, it feels like this shit is meant for animation or something. Because there's so, like, very little on the dialogue. Like, I'm barely, you know what I mean? Not that that's a bad thing, per se, but it's interesting. Okay, dude is falling down. He fell down under some wires or some shit. Okay. Shoof. Click. I gotta do the sound effects because literally, if not, we'll lose each other. Alright, I'm at the point right now where they're walking down some stairs. And there's like some giant statues. The Jinzo and the Momoshiki looking motherfucker. It looked like Momoshiki with like his hairline pushed back. Oh shit. Okay, let's keep going, let's keep going. Jinzo busting back, Jinzo. Okay. Yeah, I'm like flying through this manga, I feel. Let's see, sound effects so I can read something so you guys know where I'm at. It goes, whoosh. Oh god, yeah, the art again. Look, he caught up with him. It looked like he put his pistol to the back of his head. Kapowie. If nothing else, this art is freaking insane. God damn. I get why they had to use a CGI for this one, because the art is insane. Oh, he blew homie's head top off. Okay. I love how there's like these statues all the way down these like computers and shit like that. You know, these giant or whatever the heck these things are. Okay, he's walking. He got something. What is that? Is that a body bag? And that's it? At the end? Yeah, log 1, end. 36. So he beat those aliens. Very, very odd manga. Very odd manga. I'm not gonna lie. Very, like the art is impeccable. But in all honesty, if I didn't, because I watched the Blame movie a while back. Don't really remember too much about it. It gave me like Matrix vibes. But it just feels like just action epicness in the most gorgeous art. But like right now, if I didn't know anything about the Blame movie, I couldn't really tell you much other than, so there was some weird alien looking motherfuckers. One looked like Momoshiki, one looked like Jinzo from Yu-Gi-Oh! Dude with a gat. There was one little girl with him, and then it looks like the little kid got kidnapped or some shit. He busted them up, and now he's on some stairs down like, yeah, it's a very unorthodox manga. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? A cosmic fart dust in the meantime said, because we are all stardust from Big Bang, and I always imagined Big Bang was like God's fart. So we're all just some cosmic fart dust. I finished Phoenix. The manga that the other stream I said was like the epitome of peak. I finished it. I finished it the other night. Right here. Phoenix by Osamu Tezuka. It's a, iconic mangaka. Iconic manga. And to give you in a nutshell what this manga is, 100% no cap. I'm being dead serious. Osamu Tezuka's Phoenix, at the very least, this one, because Phoenix is like many different stories apparently. I thought it was just like one ongoing story, one book or whatever. It's like a lot of different kind of singular stories with a similar premise, I guess. This one right here essentially is a prequel to the Bible. No cap. Like literally that's what this feels like. It's like a prequel to the Bible, essentially, in a strange way. It's really, I ain't gonna lie, it was one hell of a tale. Never saw it going the way that it ultimately did. It was like one thing after another where I was like, okay, so it starts off, homie is, in the year 3000, humanity has changed, but they're very nostalgic for the back in the days. He's in love with this creature called a Moopy that they could send you into like these dreamlike states that you have like whatever life you want, but ultimately they're not human. They're like these little furry creatures. His job, the world is ran by computers. One of them where he lives is called Hallelujah, that runs everything. And they wanted him to get rid of the Moopy, like kill the Moopy. Like, you're not supposed to be in love with Moopies. They're extinct. They're supposed to be out of here. He didn't want to kill the Moopy, so he ran away with it. Eventually meets this doctor that is trying to solve the world's problems because the world has a lot of problems. Dr. Saruta, kind of Saruto. I found that to be hilarious. His name is Saruta. I wonder if that's going to be the name of Boruto and Sarada's kid. Not Saruto, Saruta. Shout out to Osamu Tezuka. One thing leads to another. There's a nuclear war between gods, the computer gods, that causes an explosion that literally wipes out humanity minus this little tiny bubble that has, again, the guy with his moopy, this doctor, a dude from his job, and I think that's it. And then like all the animals that this doctor has created from the past and whatnot. Some things happen where a phoenix that came the first time around to warn the doctor of what was to come and whatnot comes back and essentially grants this guy, the main character, Yamanobe, I think his name is, essentially godlyhood. He will never die. Grants him immortality, so to speak, and tells him that it's his job to recreate humanity. And there's like a capsule. There's like some stuff that I question of Osamu Tezuka, like why you did this. Like there's some stuff that it literally like served no purpose for other things other than maybe just lessons for the character. So I guess in that aspect it's like, okay, lessons. But like there's at one point throughout all these years, right? Because remember, he's immortal. He got to wait because like the earth is filled with radiation that killed everybody, and eventually even the people he's with die off because, you know, he's alive forever. So he finds a capsule, which now that I think about it, I take it back. I understand. Scratch that. I understand why he did this part in particular. He finds a capsule with somebody in it, and it says, don't wake me up for 5,000 years. That's when the radiation will clear from Earth. And my capsule will automatically open in 5,000 years when the radiation is gone. So homie waits. You know, he's going crazy. Like, yo, I'm alone for years and years. He waits the 5,000 years. When the capsule finally opens up, it's nothing but dust. And it destroyed him even more. And up until right now, I was like, but why? Oh, I get it. It was to show that, to have faith, essentially, and to keep on going with the mission, even when it gets bad. Because, you know, you're waiting 5,000 years thinking, finally, I'll have somebody to talk to. Like, he was waiting. He would check back every few hundred years to make sure everything was good. And when finally it opens up, the person was like dust. There was nothing there or whatnot. So they evaporated or some shit happened inside of that capsule, and that led him into despair. Like, man, yo, I waited 5,000 years. Eventually, billions of years he has to wait, literally billions of years, for the first inklings of humanity to start. Like, it was like a gel, like a jellyfish that went into the water, and little by little it created, what was it? First it was like some slugs or some shit. It was like snails or slugs. But then they kind of wiped each other out, and then humanity started to form back up. And essentially this guy, Yamanobe, is like what people look at as God. He has become God now. Like his body can no longer take it after billions of years. So now it's just like his presence is one with the world and the universe and whatnot. And he's there, but he's not there. So essentially, yeah, Phoenix is God's prequel in a strange way, at the very least, according to Osamu Tezuka. I found that to be fascinating. I didn't expect it. Honestly, when I first get into this manga, I'm thinking, okay, this is a fighting for love story. You know, the guy ran with the girl that's not even a girl, is like a this little creature or whatnot that can turn into whatever you want it to, and leads into God's freaking origin story. Sounds like Tengen and Jujutsu Kaisen merging with the world. Probably Gege got that from Tezuka. You know, ever since I started looking into Tezuka, I bought a magazine the other day. It had an interview or in a documentary style writing about Tezuka. Like, I've been just seeing Tezuka everywhere lately. It's fascinating. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It was an incredible manga. Very unexpected journey. I felt for the dude. Like, yo, to be alone for billions of years? Not hundreds. Not thousands. Not millions. Billions of years being by yourself. Desperate. That he tried, but he wasn't as smart as Dr. Saruta, so he tried to create robots. That didn't work. They kept on like haywiring, so to speak, immediately because he wasn't smart enough for that. And the Phoenix one time came back when he was trying to create robots and said, yo, didn't I tell you, like, your job ain't to create robots, your job is to recreate humanity. What are you doing? And he was like, you're right. So then he spent a super long time creating or trying to work on how to bring humanity back, so to speak. And little by little it eventually happened. But it's fascinating to say, wow, Osamu Tezuka, which apparently there's like urban legends that Osamu Tezuka was an alien, that he was too futuristic with a lot of his ideas of the world and whatnot and the things that he said. So for people to say that, and then I read Phoenix and I'm like, yo, this is literally like God's origin story in a sense. It's fascinating. Like, imagine... You never know. What if Osamu Tezuka was an alien? Or what if Osamu Tezuka was like a spirit from, the future or some shit? You never freaking know. What if he's the actual Phoenix that he was writing about this entire time? A visionary. Like, man was just like the things that in this manga, the concepts and all this, it was like there was tragedy in it. But then, you know, very towards the end especially, it started to like things looked up. And it was kind of like, yo, weather the storm, go through all the pain, go through everything you need to go through, and the mission will eventually be achieved. It may take a while, but you'll get there. Way different than what I expected it to be, an unexpected outcome. And ultimately, yeah, if you ever wanted to read a story that was kind of giving you God's origin story, like, you know, the way the Bible says it and whatnot, yeah, before he created light and whatnot, this is apparently what happened with God, according to Osamu Tezuka. I definitely am going to pick up some of the other Phoenix manga that are out. From what I gathered from Blame so far, again, it just looks like a really an epic, you know, like a 90s sci-fi movie type of vibe. And I like that. Again, I hope it's just not too extreme on the show not tell, because show not tell is my preferred method of storytelling, but it really shows and doesn't really tell is what I get from this first chapter. So I hope we get a little bit more, I guess I would say exposition-based elements. I hope we get more of that moving forward with the next few chapters and whatnot. I guess honestly, YouTube-wise, it's been interesting to see where I'm at with that. I know a lot of people probably been looking like, man, yo, because I really don't post that much, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, whatever happens, happens. You never know what life got in store for you or whatnot. But ultimately, I've been really enjoying being free, man. I'm not even going to lie. I've been enjoying being free from all of that. And I know I spoke about it multiple times, but having to make videos every day for so many years, it really just felt like I was encaged in something that it'll make you resent stuff, man. To this day, sometimes I'll be looking at you know, anime and thinking back to the times where it's just like, oh, you know, I'm rushing to watch it, to talk about it and all that stuff, and it'll ruin the experience, man. Never let something encage you. And if you feel like you're encaged in something, just try to do the most random shit to break out of the monotony and break out of the cycle. Anything you can do to break out of the cycle, do it. Apparently, I've seen a couple people that there was some mixed feelings about some of the latest stuff from I think the latest episode, and I was hearing some rumors about that, or some girl was passing a rumor that one of the latest episodes was done with AI and stuff like that. I was like, what the hell is going on? All right, I got the episode pulled up. 3, 2, 1. Okay, boom. Keep the chat right there so I can see what you guys are saying. So I could read the chat while I'm watching. If you guys want to be chatting at the same time, we could do that too. Okay, so we got Shorty that is enveloped in water. God, the art and animation from second one, it's incredible. What do we do? Kuroi has been... Gotcha, Tyson. We're gonna watch the latest episode next if you want to wait. Hurry to Rico's side. I'm sorry, this was my mistake. I don't think this even counts as a mistake. I underestimated how much our enemies would value Kuroi-san. Their next move will probably be offering to an exchange. Okay, that's right, yeah. Something like trading Adam. Saying we kill Kuroi if we don't kill. But we have the leverage in any negotiation since we have a Manai. I love the music in the background. I'm taking Amaima back. We can have Shoko or someone stand in as her body double. I'm going to this deal too. I still can't trust you two yet. Mind you, this isn't pro Gojo, so I don't blame her. This is Gojo in high school still. What if Kuroi isn't back before I assimilate with Tengen-sama? Hey, Tengen. We were just talking about Tengen. I haven't even said goodbye to her. Oh, that's kind of sad. What if Gojo looked at her and said, I'm sorry, bitch. We got shit to do. We don't got time for this. You know what I'm saying? The kidnapper will reach out to us eventually. If they seem like they're smarter than we expect, and bringing you with us is likely to hurt Kuroi's chance of survival. then we will leave you behind. Quick ride, bitch! Alright, that works. In exchange, if you get scared partway through and want to go home, we'll just ignore you. Damn. Bear that in mind. Jeez, the art and animation. Golly. Golly. For a simple little beach jumping scene. Protection mission day 2. Okinawa. Episode 27, Hidden Inventory 3. I'm not going to skip the intro. I want to listen to it. I haven't heard it in a couple weeks. Yeah. Hidden Inventory, Premature Death. Oh, they came out and said it wasn't done by AI? One of your favorite openings in a long time. I love the chill vibe a bit. I'll be honest. I really enjoy the chill vibe. And I like that it's not a downer. Like, it doesn't feel like... It doesn't make me want to feel sad or some shit. It's like a chill vibe. And the visuals don't hurt at all. That is absolutely breathtaking, art and animation-wise. I don't know. The nostalgia shot in the vines, or in the veins. All right, let's go. I can't believe I got captured by the Star Religious group and by a non-sorcerer at that. I'm ashamed of myself. You couldn't help it if they caught you off guard. Part of the blame lies with me too. I had to remind myself for a second about Geto there. For a split second, I was like, wait a minute, what the hell's going on? The flash through the classroom over time reminds me of my high school days. Good old high school. Before we took off, he checked over all the passengers and staff. Gojo pressed every single person on that plane. He looked them square in the eye and said, "I'm Gojo, bitch!" It was safer than using a land route. Curious as to why. Yo, low-key, I think I could pull off a little bit of whatchamacallit, Geto cosplay. I mean, it's basic enough. Pull my hair back, put a little bang dripping down, then get a Japanese school uniform. I think I could pull it off. Yeah, they had to check in with Gojo. Better check in. Clearly, this isn't a mission fit for a first year. I'm psyched, though. Haibara you. Besides, I hear upperclassmen are wearing themselves to the bone. That's what's his name, isn't it? Oh, shucks. Dude that was with Yuji fighting... Or am I bugging out? I'm pretty sure that's him, right? Dude that was with Yuji fighting in... Oh, God, I can't remember his name. It's been so long. Okay, pause on that one. Satoru's the one who suggested it. He's probably showing consideration for Rico-chan in his own way. Not on me. Thank you. My God, bro, my brain. Damn, it's crazy. You know how many anime wish they could have this type of quality of art and animation, and Mappa flexing this on a simple beach scene. Look at the colors. Everything just looks so beautiful and vibrant. Mappa don't play. The fluidity. Besides, there are fewer curses users in Okinawa than there are in Tokyo. Then move your asses to Okinawa. Stay over there and kick it. Look out of here. I'll be out of Tokyo in a heartbeat. If we're gonna be up in Tokyo and Okinawa's nice and chill. You haven't slept either, and you don't plan to sleep tonight, do you? Are you sure we don't need to go back to Jujutsu High? Interesting. I love their use of the color blue this season. Yo, that's a good point. I ain't even gonna lie. I know it sounds like I'm diving way deep into it with you, but the color blue in this one, it doesn't feel like a down, like it feels like a beautiful blue. Like the way you put it right now, the color blue, the way they're using it, it doesn't make me feel like a sad type of blue. It makes you feel like a happy type of blue. That sounds so weird the way I'm saying it. I don't know how to better describe it other than that. And it goes so well with the other colors, whatnot. Whoever's doing the color design of this is immaculate. Don't talk about the color blue to My Hero Academia fans. Oh God, yeah. My Hero Academia fans, there's a blue sky. Get him! Get him out of here! We're gonna hurt him! Oh God, this anime is just so beautiful, bro. So beautiful. By the way, for people that may be watching on the playback, assuming that I leave this whole reaction in, you should be watching the episode with me. I know a lot of people have always wanted to watch anime with Fornev. You could be watching, and if not, we do these things live. Twitch.com/Tim Roosevelt. Whoever's editing this, whether it be me, Chris, whatnot, yeah, make sure you put the link right there so they can see. Oh, beautiful. I love aquarium scenes. Actually, I'm writing this one shot, a different one shot than the one I told you last time. And there's a nice aquarium scene. I love aquarium scenes. They look so beautiful. Look at that. The Geto and Gojo friendship is great. It has Naruto and Sasuke, Yuno and Asta vibes. Yeah, but it's also unique. It doesn't feel like a ripoff of either of them. It feels like it does its own thing at the same time. Yeah, the art is just... Studio Mappa said, "Oh, y'all want how much y'all want y'all art and animation to be hype?" Yes. Tokyo Jujutsu High, foothills of Mount something. Protection mission, day 3, 15. Okay, so it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Good work, everyone. We're inside. I would love to run up those stairs on some training shit, like Rocky. Satoru, you really worked hard this time, mate. Yo, this dude gotta be exhausted. If he hasn't been sleeping, he gotta be exhausted. Whoa. Oh, it's him. I know it's him. Impossible. We're inside Jujutsu High barrier. Toji, what have you done? Have we met before? Don't worry about it. I'm terrible at remembering guys' names too. Me too, Toji. I'm with you, homie. I'm horrible with names. It's crazy how in anime they'll have something like that happen, and depending on the anime, either the person will die immediately or like survive from something crazy like that devastating strike. You know, a giant sword through the chest. Look at Toji. Baby Gojo. Look at him. Why do he look like he hating on that kid? Ever before or after had anyone noticed me standing behind them? This is why I wore him down. He couldn't fuck with Gojo. At least he admitted it. He had to do all that until his senses dulled. I'm fine. I didn't make it in time with my technique, but it missed my vitals. I then strengthened myself with cursed energy so the blade couldn't be drawn out at all. It was like passing a safely pinned through a knit sweater. Seriously, I'm fine. Prioritize on mine first. I'll deal with this guy. Oh my god, we're about to get peak right now. I know it. Get to Tengen-sama. I know it. Gojo's about to go crazy. Ah! It's about to be hype. Who do you think you're talking to? Okay, this was from the trailer. Jeez, how many episodes was Mappa in when they dropped that trailer? This is different from the blade he stabbed me with. And where did that cursed spirit come from? Too many unknowns, damn it. The star plasma vessel is gone. I'd hoped to take you down with that earlier attack. Ah, you thought. But it does show the difference. If he really wanted to take him down with that, he's worried. You have to create ups and downs leading to several false goals. I laughed when those star religious group men went to Okinawa. It sucked that none of the sorcerers around her died. But I hadn't set that time limit on the founder. You would not release your technique until the very end. Come on, fight! Fight! Let's go! Lego! He's fast. I knew there was something off about him. He don't need no curse energy. He can still whip ass. A lot of girls simping for Toji on TikTok. Not surprised. Not surprised at all. Look at this. Let's go, baby. Look at it. Mappa is cooking. Oh my god. This is so win. Look at that. Look at that Sakuga, bro. This is a Sakuga fan's wet dream. Maki potential. Oh my god, when we get the real Maki, you know, the Maki that we love right now, when she shows up in the anime, holy. It's gonna be a whole different vibe. That post Shibuya Maki hits different. Let's go. Come on, Toji. Since he has no curse energy, I can't read his presence. I can't just rely on instinct. It's kind of like an android fighting one of the Z Warriors, how they can't sense the androids. I just need to follow his presence. Even so, he's too damn fast. God damn, look at that art and animation. It's driving me nuts. It's so good. Oh my god. Look at this. God damn. This shit is incredible. I'm not surprised you was rewatching. Was he keeping them inside that cursed spirit? Using fly heads like Chef. It's really interesting to see this flashback too, because it gives you a perspective of Gojo that you're unfamiliar with, of him actually struggling right here. You know what I mean? Yeah, Mappa was deep in episodes when they brought out some of these trailers months ago. Because a lot of these shots was from trailers I saw months ago. There's no way he's 6 eyes with the unusual curse energy oozing from this cursed tool. Though that finally... High-key, Toji's a cheater though. Got you to focus on the fence with your technique. And if it was anybody else, they would be dead right there. Let's call a spade a spade. Look what he just did to him. Look at this monster, bro. Right there, Gojo should be dead, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look at what he's doing to him. Gojo should be donezo. Toji is, and this is where Maki gets it from, okay? Shout out to the GOAT, Maki. My God. The special grade curse tool, Inverted Spear of Heaven. Its effects is the forced release of any active techniques. I think I'm getting my edge back now. See, Gojo, come on, fam, come on, son, come on, look at him. That should be the end of homie. How much of the episode is left? Okay, so it's still a little bit loud. I was about to say, imagine they ended it right there. Find out what happened to Gojo next time on Jujutsu Kaisen. My god, they love animating these footsteps, bro. Look at the amount of frames in between. Shit is mad. This is as far as I go. Riko-sama, please. Please. I love how in Jujutsu Kaisen revealing your techniques is a power-up. It's a nice play as shonen trope. It's always good when they go and utilize shonen tropes but do it in a different way. I like how can you say this? Because like easily, like some of the things back in the days with Bleach, people used to complain is the minute you reveal like your Shikai ability, you're giving the homie the edge to beat you. You're giving them a blueprint how to beat you. And when series can be creative about like announcing your attack and explaining it without it coming across as dull, that's really dope. Because Bleach sometimes used to suffer from that. Only those invited are able to enter it. Tengen-sama will protect you until the assimilation. Yo, imagine being that girl. You're gonna be stuck with Tengen for the rest of your life. It's just depressing. for anime onlys, when you see what Tengen looks like, golly, he called the assimilation erasing. He was trying to tell us to be aware of how heavy a sin that was. Our teacher may be a muscle brain, but he often does roundabout things. Shoutouts to Yaga. Satoru and I already talked it over before we met you. Wait, isn't Tengen a girl, or am I mistaken it? Well, let's not go into the specifics on that, as a matter of fact, for anime onlys. You know what I mean? It might mean fighting Tengen-sama, you know? You're scared. It's fine, it'll all work out somehow. We are the strongest. We will guarantee a future. So basically, they were willing to throw hands against this entity known as Tengen. Even if homie, whatever she decides, they're gonna rock with her. That's brave of them, I ain't gonna lie. Being special was normal to me. And I've lived my life trying to avoid danger as much as possible for the sake of this day. I don't really remember the day my mother and father died. I no longer feel sad or lonely about that. Figured everything would be fine. Right, Tim, what all the complaining people are doing, they forgot these. The reason for this flashback is for one, to show why the enemy was rightfully scared of Gojo and he locked up the whole series, and two, why Toji does what he does after he fights Megumi for a little and realizes who he was, in my opinion, and Mappa did it beautifully. Sorry, the greatness getting this rid. And it's so weird. So people are really hating on Jujutsu Kaisen's anime. Cats be on some clown shit. I mean, I haven't seen the latest episode yet, but so far this episode was great. What the hell is there to hate on? I mean, aside, guaranteed future, huh? Guaranteed a future, huh, Geto? I forgot about this. What the hell? And then they question why. My god, this monster. You're free to go now. He don't even know right there. That's his villain origin story right there, homie. Thank you for being a first time chatter, Orochimaru Trey. Soka Shine. Because I killed Satoru Gojo. Yo, Toji was a freaking demon, dog. He was on some super demon time. Hey, what's going on, Pyro48? Thanks for being first time chatter. Yeah, that's right there. That's, you can see it in his face. That was the moment that whatchamacallit, that Geto lost it and went down the dark path that he goes down. When I saw that part, I jumped. They had to reread the manga because he got me again. High key, I forgot a lot of this stuff. I read the manga in a massive binge a few years back, so a lot of this I don't remember. I remember reading that in the manga, and it still hits in the anime. Yeah, no, for me, a lot of this feels fresh, which is great to hear. You know what I mean? Great to experience. Yeah, let's hop straight into this one. This shit looks like it's about to be crazy. Pressing play. I'm at the 0 mark on Hidden Inventory 4. We're pressing play in 3, 2, 1. Let's go home, Rico-chan. Crunchyroll capping right now? What do you mean? Well, Max sent the link a hot minute ago. I don't know if it's still up there or whatnot, but he sent the link a little bit ago to watch it. I should have... Max, can you repost it and pin it? Oh, that's what you mean. Because I killed Satoru Gojo. Look at that sinister freaking look. Let's go. Thanks, Max. Appreciate you, bro. It's not loading right now on my PS4. Well, Max got you covered with a link right there if you want to watch on, you know, whatever device. Yo, you thought that was going to be enough to do Toji in? Come on now. Geto try to pull a Vegeta. I'm gonna let the intro play. Why not? The Great Pirate Age. Pyro! Hey, I'm about to be caught up with Jujutsu Kaisen. I ain't gonna lie, I still have a little piece of that in me that I'm still fighting, of that feeling guilty when I fall behind on an anime. Especially something like this is like, you know, it's Jujutsu Kaisen, man. I scream about, I can't wait for it to come back all year long, and then I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying, be on it. So I'm happy that I'm about to be caught up with everybody. And again, maybe we'll do Bleach another time. I don't know. 3 episodes of Bleach right now. I might not have it in me, mate, because we still gotta read Jujutsu Kaisen's manga, latest chapter, and Icehead Gill. So we still got a couple extra things to tackle. This is pretty much like the Jujutsu Kaisen stream tonight, okay? We didn't have no Black Clover. We didn't have no My Hero. We didn't have no One Piece. No special Minato chapters. No trailers to look at. We gotta make do with what we got. Which is pretty freaking awesome with what we have, to be honest. Because, I don't know. I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna be honest with you. The greatness stream. Facts, anime lover. I'm going to try my best to really not even think about these dummies that are calling Jujutsu Kaisen. I just know that there's no way, like, Jujutsu Kaisen source material is golden, and MAPPA is a golden studio. So what is there going to be to complain about? I'm not even going to have that in my brain as I'm watching this. Castlevania trailer hit different. There's a new Castlevania. Well, I'll be honest. I haven't watched Castlevania since, like, season 3. If you're talking about the anime. If you're talking about the games, then I'm not a Castlevania game guy. As long as you know what the doors are, they're full of holes. Sorcerers are busy during this time of the year. And Jujutsu High is brimming with fly heads right now. It's pure chaos outside. Ah, the anime. Yeah, I haven't watched since, I think I finished season 2. And I think that's where I stood at. The energy from it will stop me from being an invincible man. Or invisible man. Hey! Gege, why are you copying off of my guy Urameshi? That was a super wannabe spirit gun, okay? Knock it off. See, I keep a cursed spirit capable of storing objects around. So I usually put my cursed tools in it when I'm walking around. You don't have to say it. Yes, that means a cursed energy from cursed spirits to stop me from being... What the what? So I can fit in my body. Then I keep it inside my stomach. Oh, it's all good, Jay Garcia. Don't worry. That's how I'm able to pass while still carrying all kinds of cursed tools. That's also why I didn't use a cursed tool at first. A surprise attack on the 6 eyes would be pointless if I wasn't invincible. I could have killed the star plasma vessel first. Shut up and fight! You have a heavenly pact, right? I know revealing information about your ability increases the fundamental strength just like for a sorcerer. It's not what I want to know. How did you know which doors led to the tombs of the star? We didn't leave even the slightest residuals. Plenty of traces from there. You're dealing with Toji, that's how he know, okay? It's Toji, fam. That maid? She's probably dead. I didn't care if she lived or died though. Wow, Toji's a savage, bro. Fun of having those long yeah, I got a high key. I'm having one of those right now. Like the dialogue, it's coming back. Don't hurt me, please. Now let's go, baby. Let's go. Get this motherfucker. I will 100% say, not by much, but I could see a decrease in animation quality in this episode from last episode. Again, not by a crazy amount, but it's slightly noticeable to me. But it's not something that, oh, I'm gonna break something. Why am I doing this? Like, no, it's just, it's no, but look at, oh God, look at this. Never mind, look at that. They still dropping bombs. The Rainbow Dragon. Oh my God, they still dropping bombs. Let's go. Yeah, I could tell Black Panther. They were saving it. Curse manipulation. Riff Raff. Shout out to Riff Raff, the artist. Ooh, the color palette. It's giving me JoJo vibes right now. Hey, am I pretty? A potential apparition? It deploys a simple domain that enforces non-violence on both of us until I answer its question then. Then I'll just come out and say, you're not my type. And that's what happened to your hair, homie. Damn, she just Tyson his ear, Mike Tyson his ear, homie. Or tried to anyway. Let's go get him! Welcome to Super Vegeta's Big Bang Attack! Curse manipulation. That's me absorb cursed spirits that have surrendered and freely manipulate them. There's a 2 grade difference in our levels. I skip making them submit and absorb them unconditionally. His cursed spirit may have a unique ability, but it's not that strong itself. I can absorb it, that'll lock down his armory. See, I just feel watching this, if I didn't know anybody, I would say, or regardless, I think anybody would be like, yo, dog, if he took out Gojo, shout outs to Geto, but come on, dog. Look at that. Homie just Elon Musked him, turned his chest into an X. What you thought you was gonna do, dog? Keep that shit for the birds. Not a lot of people notice this, but that cursed monster lady that asked they are pretty as an actual ghost in Japan and is a common folktale. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I didn't catch that it was that one, but I know what you're talking about, yeah. I would have killed you if you were a Shikigami user. But since it's curse manipulation, there's no telling what might happen to the cursed spirits you absorbed after you die. Elon's like, I just wanted to revive Twitter. Ooh. Kicked him in the face. It's like those mall fights you be seeing where homies just stomp his head into the ground. You'll all be if you want to live a long life, never forget that. God damn, Toji's a savage creature. I named him Megumi. Kind of reminds me of Bardock right there with that dialogue. Oh shit, word, I had a kid, yeah, I named him Megumi. Yeah, I named him Kakarot. He thought he could win because he's the second half of the strongest at this point. Oh no, of course, but I mean, just as a viewer, I'm like, come on, homie. If he did Gojo dirty, dirty, what makes you think you got any chance? You know what I'm saying? Go on now. The corpse of the star plasma vessel Riku, all 4 limbs intact too. Well, is she a payment as we discussed? Golly. I'll even throw in a bonus. Look at that. Mans is really happy. I love how they try to throw like these little comedic moments with Toji. Whereas like he just blew this girl's brains out, killed Gojo, and annihilated Geto. Not to mention the maid chick. And they like try to throw these little gag moments like there's nothing funny about homie. He's a monster. When Tengen-sama began preaching about the moral foundation of Jujutsu sorcerers, a minority as Buddhism spread throughout Japan. They did Rico so crazy. They did. Maybe calm down. This is why we have devoted ourselves to the remaining non-sorcerers. Jujutsu sorcerers are granted many privileges above the law, but they're still fundamentally forbidden to lay a hand on non-sorcerers. However, time has finally arrived. The time of the taboo recorded in the scriptures. This dude's a creep. Makes me wish Toji ran from Gojo so we could see more. Yeah. I feel like Gege probably upset some higher ups at Shueisha for how, what inevitably happens with Toji. I think this guy is a play on the Hantengu character from Demon Slayer. I wouldn't be surprised. I think, Demon Slayer was still running when Jujutsu Kaisen got serialized in 2018. Yeah. Dude is so creepy. Even Toji's creeped out. Toji. Oh god. When referring to Okinawa when you said they helped us. Yeah. I didn't even kill them either. Take her someplace far away, kill her or something. Had a good idea of what you were planning at the time. Made the call at the relief from the maid successful. High key, I don't remember a lot of this stuff. Like, I don't really remember what happens next. I watched the scene 4 times and still don't understand what the fuck happened. It all worked out in the end. And stopped running at Mediator ragged. I had a laugh at that myself. Normally you use a car to transport a captive, right? Public transportation carries too many risks after all. Such a chill scene. I just slaughtered 2 of the most powerful Jujutsu sorcerers alive, Something light, blew a girl's brains out. Probably killed a maid. Something light. I've already decided I'll only see you either for work or in hell. God damn. Basically, if I ain't getting money with you, stay the fuck away from me. Let's go. I'm still waiting for the part where it's supposedly bad or that people are complaining about. For real. I'm alive and kicking. Reverse curse technique. Bingo. While it can enhance the body, it can't regenerate it. So you multiply the negative energy against itself to create positive energy. Yeah, Gege probably been getting in trouble a lot. I don't understand anything one person who could say it. He's high. I'm finally grasping. Gege's probably been getting in trouble a lot, yeah. Killing off characters, removing them from screen is because you didn't use that curse tool when you stabbed my head. I'm gonna lose. Our fight is just getting started. Round 2. Let's go. Yeah, Gojo is like, I don't even think he could believe it that he took an ass whipping like that. Although, let's be very clear, Gojo is immensely hacked and broken to be still alive after that ass whipping Toji gave him. Look, there's another thing from the trailers. Mappa been putting in work, bro. This was in the trailers too. Dog looks like he's on ecstasy or some shit. What the hell? Yeah, I'm sure Gege was like, it's all good, dog. We got, yeah, we gonna get this money. The curse technique, reversal red, huh? So you pour the positive energy generated by the reverse curse technique. Looking like the SpongeBob meme. Facts! That's where it's from. Yeah, yeah! Looks like the SpongeBob meme. The neutral application. 2. The power to attract. The amplified application of limitless technique blue. And 3. The power to repel. Reversal of his curse technique. Let's go. I'm still waiting for the bad part that people said is bad. I'm waiting for it. Something's off. Look, he's chilling. Something's off. I'll kill you. Through this whole time, seeing Toji, his posture was always giving off those light work vibes until the second meeting with Gojo. I bear no grudge against anyone. It's just that the world feels so wonderful right now. Yo, it does look like homie's high. What the hell? Again, look at the beauty of these things, bro. Mappa just be having fun doing this shit, huh? Look at this. Gorgeous, bro. Look at this. Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the honored one. The merit of having a technique that's passed down for generations is having a user's manual. The demerit is that information about the technique is easily leaked. You were a member of the Zanin clan, weren't you? However, even in the Gojo clan, only a scant few know about this. Gojo's not about to play with you, homie. It's a Rizzy. I love the piano in the background. Maybe is that what people complain about? Like that is just like not a crazy action scene. Look at that. Oh my god. Look at that. Look at that. Oh! Imaginary technique purple. We all claim purple like it's the purpose till we fall from the Urkel life. Nerd clowning, but clowning is for the circus, right? I refuse to do any work for free. Normally would have said that and hightailed it out of there. Yet the freshly awakened wielder of the limitless technique was right before my eyes. He was probably the strongest Jujutsu sorcerer of the modern age. Damn. If only he would have take his dubs and walk like, nah, I already beat you, that's it. Shaking my head. Did him like Kira from Bleach. Toji, you deserve so much better. Did him like Gus Fring. I thought you had abandoned that pride. I know they must have screamed that whatchamacallit at Gege for this. Like, this is, you know, a brilliant character. How do you do this? 2 or 3 years from now, my kid will be sold off to the Zanin clan. Do what you will with that. There's a post-credit scene. Don't skip. Gotcha. Gotcha. The scene is wonderful. It's so sad. Why, my God? Why? Gaga, why? Why? Oh, my God. This, yeah, best episode by far. Attention, people that complained about episode 4 of Jujutsu Kaisen. Stop being spoiled little bitches. Okay? Stop being spoiled. What I don't even know what the hell was there to complain about. Not to go off topic, but seeing this animation gave me hope for that last hour of Attack on Titan. Bro, what the hell? That shit was phenomenal. That was phenomenal. Na. Hi, Gojo, looking like a Titan. Yeah, we're just about to finish episode 4 of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. We're literally just about to watch an end credit scene that everybody said don't skip, so I'm waiting to see what's about to happen. I ain't gonna lie, that episode was phenomenal. Episodes 3 and 4 were both great. 4 was better than great in my opinion. 4 was better than great. Oh my God, I've been on here too long. 4 was better than 3 in my opinion. Can't wait a greatness screen for this. Mommy, hug me. Sad times right here. Toji really changed the whole trajectory of the series, to be honest. Gege had a lot of balls to do what they did with a lot of these scenes. Oh my God. Sad times. Oh, Deo, Deo, Sono. You're late, Suguru. No, I guess you got here fast. There are several Star Religious Crew facilities in the city after all. Satoru, is that you? What happened? I see you already saw Shoko. Yes, she healed me. I'm fine now. No, me being safe doesn't help anything here. That's screwed. This changed the entire series. Suguru, should we kill these guys? The way I feel right now, I doubt I'd feel anything about it. Toji, man, that Toji. No, there's no point. It looks like there are only common believers here. The mastermind who knew about our world has already fled. Unlike with the bounty, they won't be able to talk their way out of this organization I promised to begin with. It'll be dissolved soon enough. No point, huh? Does there really need to be any point to it? They both so messed up from this situation. Honestly, even the presentation of the scene, it almost looks like they're both dead in a way. Like they, they're at the heaven's gates, so to speak. I wonder if that was intentional. Because, like, this just killed a lot of the beliefs, especially for Geto. I wonder if whoever came up with the phrase, a surprising sight, thought of people as cubes, and whoever came up with the insult. Oh, this is the end, yeah. Next episode, premature death. Oh, man. And 100% the same way, facts. The same way they gave Tatsuki Fujimoto liberties with Chainsaw Man, just, do what you want. They did the same thing with Jujutsu Kaisen, and it paid off immensely. Jujutsu Kaisen, outside of One Piece, nothing sells more every volume than Jujutsu Kaisen. A lot of symbolism in that scene. Very, very somber scene, to be honest with you. strange in a way. But yeah, phenomenal. Yeah, I honestly don't know. For like episodes 3 and 4, between the art and animation was just phenomenal. Like in the beginning of 4, it was a little bit on the weaker side until like things started to really pick up. But for the most part, nothing to complain about. Not for the most part. There's literally nothing to complain about. Art and animation was gorgeous. Gojo's actor, phenomenal. Voice actors, phenomenal. And the performance, especially that SpongeBob meme scene of him floating up there. Toji, phenomenal. I will say that, and this is more of a source material thing, I feel like popularity wise it was such a ballsy move, but at the same time very like, wow, it's so early into it for Toji to have died right there. Because Toji, you could clearly see, like, anybody would love Toji, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know what the popularity poll results were at that time, but if Gege had, you know, just the utmost, how can I say this, liberties to do what they please, they definitely took advantage of that. Because any other story, you create a character like Toji, you're forced and obligated to make him eventually become a good guy and a mainstay and constantly on screen, because fans would clearly love this dude so much, or at the very least you gotta leave him stay around. Like, so the fact that Gege was allowed to kill him off and stuff like that, Gege has been given a lot of liberties, and again, it paid off. So maybe, you know, a certain answer to, for people that do have a problem with shonen manga, shonen anime being formulaic and maybe not feeling as original in recent years and whatnot, the answer is probably to allow the creators to cook without putting too much of the editorial departments, you know, like, hey, let's regulate on that, yo, put that on, you gotta put this like this, that character needs to live, you can't kill that character. Because literally in a few years, Jujutsu Kaisen, like, I'll give you a prime example. One Piece and Jujutsu Kaisen both just released volumes. I think One Piece did like 1 million and Jujutsu Kaisen did like 750,000. Like, there was only like a 200,000-300,000 difference between them, like 1 million to like 700,000 or some shit. No other manga, not My Hero, not Black Clover, none of these other series are doing that. Look what happened with Chainsaw Man. Mind you, the anime really, I don't know what happened with the anime, but Chainsaw Man, before the anime came out, it did like 13-14 million copies sold. You know what I'm saying? Allowing these authors to take liberties and not have to force the whole thing of, well, people love Toji, keep him around. It worked out, don't get me wrong. Personally, I would have loved more Toji. Toji would have been one of my favorite characters if he would have been a mainstay in the series somehow. But at the same time, it also makes you feel like there's risks in this series, you know what I'm saying? There's possibilities for things to go this way, there's possibilities for things to go that way. But Gege has shown time and time again, and I don't want to get into too spoilers, because again, there's a lot of anime onlys that we're watching. Obviously, we're watching the anime episodes, but like, Gege doesn't care. Like, if a body gotta be dropped, Gege will go for it. And mind you, not that killing characters is the answer all the time for anything, but it just shows that Gege isn't held by the same standards as, again, a My Hero or a Black Clover. You compare My Hero's latest arc, or this final arc, to Jujutsu Kaisen's final arc, final saga, whatever you want to call it, is night and day in terms of, I don't know if it's what's allowed, I don't know if Horikoshi just likes to play it safe and Gege doesn't, or what's up with that. But mind you, I guess it's also a little bit different. Jujutsu Kaisen aims towards, I mean, the exposition, the heavy exposition with the detailed things about, you know, whether it be the attacks, whatever the case may be, it's pretty much a demonstration of, like, this is meant for the older readers of Jump, the people that they finished Naruto and Bleach, but they still stuck around. So let's give them the next level, so to speak. Like, if Naruto, One Piece, well, I don't want to put let's take One Piece out of the equation. If Naruto and Bleach was Super Saiyan 1, Jujutsu Kaisen's writing style, not quality-wise and overall, like, it's better, I'm just saying quality-wise, the detail of writing is like Super Saiyan 2 or something. Like, this is where, if you could allow shonen, the shonen genre to continue to evolve, to get more detailed, more intricate, so to speak, with the way the story is done, this is the next level, so to speak, of how you do that. You know what I'm saying? And Naruto and them are like, I say Super Saiyan 1 because before that, stories were a little bit simpler. It's like things keep getting more complex and whatnot. But shout outs to, again, I feel like a lot of that falls on Gege being, you know, unrestrained, so to speak. But yeah, episodes 3 and 4 was just phenomenal, man. How did you feel after watching episodes with us this time? Something you'll continue, because I personally like watching again with you. I did enjoy it. I'll be honest with you, I did enjoy it. I don't know, maybe because, like, okay, these were some phenomenal episodes. Again, fuck whatever people were saying. I don't understand the hatred towards it. I don't get it. And then the AI liar. Like, where was AI? I literally didn't see anything that gave me AI vibes at all. Did anybody catch anything that was like, whoa, that's kind of AI-ish? Like, where was the AI? Did I miss something? There was no AI in those Jujutsu Kaisen episodes at all. That is just like, and then people run with it like, yeah, it might be AI. Get out of here, bro. You know, that honestly, and I'm not, by no means, I don't ever stick up for these companies, you know, fuck at the end of the day, all these companies that slave these animators. But I feel like it's a slap in the face, hardcore, and a level of disrespect to these animators that literally, they be dying, dog. They killing themselves. Like, you ever saw the director of Attack on Titan? The ginormous bags under his eyes? These people be literally destroying their bodies for us. And then for you to come and discredit them on top of all that and say, like, this is AI. Sure, there's a possibility of AI being involved in a lot of these aspects and whatnot, but come on, stop it, man. They literally, Studio Mappa built an entire new building so that they could force these animators to live in there. So we're going to do that. We're going to, knowing all this information, and on top of that, we're going to add a rumor like, nah, these people that are killing themselves for our entertainment, they're not even doing it, dog. They don't even exist. Back in OG Naruto, there was a good amount of complexity that kept you interested, but Boruto don't got it. It's too straightforward. Yeah, Boruto did kind of like a bit of a reverse on the complexities of certain stuff. I'm hoping that, you know, come August 20th, we see, you know, the next level of what Boruto could be. But I guess we're going to have to wait and see on that. But I'm hoping for it. What am I going to watch tonight? Am I going to watch more Slam Dunk? I've been watching the living crap out of Slam Dunk. I'll be honest with you. I'm like episode 10 now. Mind you, Slam Dunk is classic shonen stuff. A lot of things, you know, kind of predictable, kind of very tropey or whatnot. I thought it would have been a little bit, considering the fact that Slam Dunk is one of the most selling manga of all time, I was expecting something a little bit different from Takehiko Inoue. It kind of just feels like formulaic to a certain degree, and mind you, it could be because I've watched a lot of 90s shonen anime, but there's a lot of elements I'm like, okay, I could kind of, okay, I see what's gonna happen here, I get what's gonna happen here, so I'm hoping as it continues that it starts to get a little bit more subversive. But again, this is a series from the 90s, and this was I noticed also with Slam Dunk that they purposefully like avoid hopping into basketball immediately. Like, they'll have a lot of delinquent stuff going on, people fighting in the streets or whatnot, before they immediately jump into, like, the basketball stuff. And maybe it could be, especially back then, they were apprehensive of really going strong, hardcore on a sports, sports series. Because obviously, you know, especially back then, it was uncertain, like, can a sports series survive? But Slam Dunk obviously made it happen. But I did notice that they really avoided getting into the sport of basketball very heavy for a while. Like, I just saw an episode where the judo team wanted, one of the people, the head of the judo team wanted Katsuragi Hanamichi to join the judo team. And they have like a judo match and whatnot. He flips homie and whatnot. But it was like, oh, it looks like they like to add more violence and more action and more throwing fists in there. Because again, maybe they were just uncertain. Like, yo, can basketball and comics and anime sell? Can it do anything? So I think that was a lot of the ideas. I'm curious if later on, once they caught on, no, Slam Dunk is a hit, if they laid off a bit on the delinquency aspects and focus more in on the basketball stuff. Because like Kuroko no Basket, well, I guess that's also a sign of the time, because when Kuroko no Basket was not doing the basketball stuff, it was more so like relying on friendship and romance. Slam Dunk relies on, yo, I'm gonna beat this motherfucker's ass, okay? All these manga besides Tabata and Toriyama hate their main female character. Yo, Tabata loves him some Noelle, dog. He gives the utmost to Noelle. I don't know about Toriyama. Toriyama never really had a female lead to begin with, and then when he did, it was like, especially OG Dragon Ball, it'd be like, yo, let's sexually harass Bulma. Let's do, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Bulma went through it, dog. Poor Bulma. I think Slam Dunk became a hit because basketball was big in the 90s. Well, yeah, dog. Roshi saw her tatas. It was crazy back in those days. But see, that's something very interesting, right? Like, because some people could throw the argument, and I'm looking at it, and I see a lot of validity behind it. Like, I think My Hero really, especially in the West, benefited from the superhero boom of the like 2015 to 2020. With what Marvel did with the cinematic universe. I think that helped My Hero immensely, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's valid for, in Japan with basketball and whatnot, with Slam Dunk, that helping it to propel. Like, maybe, in a different time period when basketball isn't as relevant, maybe Slam Dunk doesn't blow up. Maybe at a different point where, superhero stuff is not as relevant, maybe My Hero doesn't blow up. So it's definitely fascinating. It's almost like even outside of just internet algorithms, the world's algorithms, you kind of got to rely on to make shit pop. Why people still using the Sakura jokes? It's low-hanging fruit at this point, I guess. Yeah, Black Panther, come on, dog. The Sakura stuff, come on, bro. Come on, son, come on. And Boruto, she's a lot better. It took a couple hundred episodes, but more than a couple hundred episodes. Jeez. Anyway, okay, boom. So we got Icehead Gil chapters 5 and 6. And also, this is a big important thing with Icehead Gil, right? Because this is one of the newer ones in Shonen Jump. I've said last stream, and I'm sticking to my word. If chapters 5 and 6 of Icehead Gil do not wow me, I am officially not going to be reading it anymore. I'm dropping it. So this is very, very big deal. I will not read it anymore if these two chapters are not like blowing my socks off. Pause. So let's read some Icehead Gil, see if it could really, make some waves. Because if not, unfortunately, Ikuo Hachiya, you out of here. Blade of Conviction, chapter 5 of Icehead Gil. Oh geez, waterboarding me with dialogue. That's not great. The Vanishing Forest, a dark forest, not even a slight of light can pierce, overflowing with traps placed by the natives of the area. Amidst the darkness, the natives rely solely on the scent of blood to hunt their prey. Even if the prey escape the traps, they cannot escape the hunter's swift feet and acute sense of smell. The hunters eat their meat raw, pause, without ever knowing what kind of meat it is, and so the king of the kingdom of Ash and Ice designated the Vanishing Forest a forbidden land. After losing his light, my big bro went into the Vanishing Forest to learn how the natives hunt. Blades rusted with the blood of little brats are as lovely weapons as any. Now that he has those blades, you're as good as dead. He used them to murder every last one of the natives, so he tracks blood stains with blood, huh? Gil's soul hereby swears on his father Dreki that no one can beat him when it comes to axes. Your father's Dreki? Oh. Wait, more importantly, Gil, why did you just cut yourself? Giving the blood chaser your scent is basically suicide. I want to fight and win fair and square. I don't want either of you interfering. So that's Dreki's kid in front of us now. Interesting. Here goes. One spin. Caribou hunting. He didn't even flinch from that strike. These blades won't crack like the other ones did. Adding the centrifugal force of your spins to your axe attacks brings back memories. Dreki's the one who thought up that move so that even a kid would be able to swing an axe. Judging from your voice, you're probably about 10. I see, the way you use your axe really does remind me of Dreki. That move lets you increase your power with every spin. Dreki once said that he could cut anything with 7 spins, but I won't give you a chance to spin that many times. Quad blades, wolf claw. He threw each pair of blades at separate intervals. He already caught up to the blades I deflected. Gil, going up against 4 blades with 1 axe is crazy, What's wrong? Too busy defending to do anything else? Quad blades, wolf cage. Gil, there's no telling what direction he'll come from now. Watch your back. Fair and square, right? He's right in front of me. The action is pretty intense, I ain't gonna lie. He's so fast, even if Gil deflects the first 2 blades, the other 2 will get him. His axe will swing forward, leaving his back wide open, and he won't have time to turn around. He's gonna get chopped. Chopper go chop, chop. No. Sorry. Axe thrust. Nice. He's wide open now. 1 spin. Maybe I should take a breather real quick. At least I still have some blades left. You're not getting away. 2 spin. Moose hunting. What the hell? He's so strong he actually slew the blood chaser. Big bro, I didn't kill him. Warrior's law number 1. Savagery is not strength. Warrior's law number 2. The strong trust in themselves and know that it is brave. Trust in themselves and know what it is to be brave. I see, so that's why he's so strong. What do you mean? I was really nervous when Gil drew his own blood, but he never doubted his victory for a second. Those who can keep believing in themselves no matter what situation they're in are strong. Dreki believed in himself. He saw you and believed in you too. A blade of conviction defeated blades of murder. This battle's over, Ulfgard. Big bro, if you move, it'll make your wound worse. Get out of my way. Give me more of my backup blades. Knock it off. You'll die of blood loss. Big bro, did I scare you? Boo! What the hell? A lit. I did it. Now I can grow up. What? A horde of lits. Time to wipe out the descendants of the false king. The hell is going on? Okay, that chapter was a lot better than the last 2 or 3. I'll give it that. But I'm still, I don't know. Let's hop on over to chapter 6. Icehead Gil chapter 6. I did it. I grew up. I'm tall. What the hell? The true royal family revived. A lit from hell. There are tons of them in the trees too. Get back. Let's kill humans and take over their bodies. Lord Leda Head, allow me, your faithful retainer, since before your death, to mow down these descendants of the false king. Wow, what the? They're fighting each other. Lord Leda, whatever the hell. Your servant, being pathetic is your job. The art on that one looks good. I am Ledahead. Okay, Ledahead, the last prince born of the true king, and I'm gonna wipe out every last one of the false king's descendants. Not on my watch. Lit to spin. His body's memories are awakening. That's the opponent who just beat him. He's faster than the blood chaser with axes. All you need to do is stop them before they swung. Gil, oh, your hidden axe saved you. I'm not done yet. Yeah. He threw the pieces of his broken axe at me. He's really something. Huh, these memories. You're Gil Soul, Dreki's son. You know my dad. Everybody just loves them some Dreki Soul, huh? Oh, lucky me, a genuine reaction. Alright, you louts, we're going for Gil's head. Haha, my big brothers are going to be so jealous. Tell me, did my dad get taken over by Lit? You really want to know where Dreki is? What he's doing right now? Uh-oh. I'll tell you if you can beat me, that is. He's got even more blades now. Ha, that idiot. You think you'll be able to use 8 blades that easily? It took my big bro 2 years of practice to perfect using 4. Hey, I don't care if you're a Lit or a snitch. Just get out of my big brother. Let's see here. Octo blades, wolf claw. I've got a sharp mind, you know. Talent, one might call it. I'm great at everything I do as soon as I start. Get down! Get down! He snagged the rope. Arrows, get down. Better pull your axes back unless you want to turn into a pincushion. Gil Soul. Huh? He's still alive? Listen up, guys. I'm going to kill you in order of who's got the least skills. Sheesh. And here I was planning to attack that town, Ada. What? We need to get out of here, mister. There are too many archers. The enemy's after Gil. If we leave now, we should be able to get back to Ada and pack our things. You want me to use Gil as a decoy and abandon my homeland? I can't do that. Sana, give me that bow. I'm going to fight. I know this bow of yours has some kind of special power. Octo blades, ready your bows, archers. Octo blades, wolf claw, flurry. Get behind me, mister. No one can beat me when it comes to axes. Ah, Sana, what a cold farewell. I wanted to think I'd earned at least a few brownie points. Mister, Sana's got their own life to live. And the same goes for you. Run. I won't lose. Gil you. We're surrounded. Whoever hits them both with an arrow gets a promotion. I'll let you stand right next to me. Fire. Lord, let it. Whatever. What's wrong? What the? Yeah, what's that? It's Sana. Those are Sana's arrows. You owe me for this, mister. Curse those arrows. Are they relics? Relics. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm good on reading Icehead Gil. This is the end, folks, for Icehead Gil. It was cool, but I'm gonna be honest with you, there's just not much. Like, it feels like he's trying to just throw a lot of action in there, and there's just something really missing from here. I don't know what it is. It started off with a little bit of potential, but it kind of feels generic. I hate to say it. I'm sorry to say it, but yeah, I'm dropping Icehead Gil. Yeah, it was a fun ride. I'm interested in the Sana character, I guess. And you never know what the future could hold. Maybe I hear a month or two from now that, oh my god, Icehead Gil is the most innovative series in the world. But it feels very generic. And I feel like I'm just reading it for the sake of consistency. Of like, I read already 4. Let me not do that. Let me not get caught up in something that, yeah, it doesn't have enough substance build up. It's very much so reliant on Dreki Soul. And I feel like maybe there's some huge plot twist that they could have did with like, oh, we see Dreki Soul and it opens up a whole new world of storytelling and whatnot. But I have like zero investment in Gil as a character. I care more, honestly, I'm more interested in Sana as a character. She seems a little more exciting and a little interesting. Gil is very bland. There's so many terminologies that are being thrown at us that I don't, the lits is kind of cool. I like the lits and the idea of them, but I don't know. The Hunter's Guild Red Hood and this are two different breeds. I love the Hunter's Guild Red Hood. This just isn't selling me like that. So unfortunately, next stream and beyond, unless I hear something radically different, I am dropping Icehead Gil. Yeah, yes sir. I'd rather do that. than wait around, because it feels like it's one of those that will get canceled anyway. But that's not really what's moving me. It's honestly, I'm just not really enjoying it like that. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? And I may check out something else in the future, like, you know, a newer series. I'm not gonna let that deter me, because I still like to from time to time peep a new Jump series, you know, that's kind of opened my mind back up to the idea of doing it. Likewise with Temaku Cinema and things like that, and the Ichinoshi Family's Deadly Sins, which that's one that I want to get back into. But yeah, unfortunately, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, Icehead Gil, you're dead to us. Sorry, fam. But yeah, it is what it is, mate. I gotta be honest. Okay, and I guess we will close this bad boy up one more time with let's head on back to Jujutsu Kaisen Island, this time for the manga. Chapter 230, Jujutsu Kaisen. So that's Mahoraga. Chapter 230, Inhuman Makyo Shinjuku Showdown Part 8. Gege loves them long ass titles. The Zenin secret weapon. It's a Shikigami that can adapt to various attacks. Has it adapted to Unlimited Void? Yo, it looks like on pages 2 and 3, but on I guess that'd be page 2 in the corner, it looks like Mahoraga is like Sukuna's stand ability, like Jojo's. Satoru Gojo knows Mahoraga's moves. In the fight against Yorozu, Sukuna himself bore Mahoraga's adaptation and thereby saw through construction. The can't miss commands that negated each other's across 5 domain expansions covered everything inside the domain for Gojo, and everything except himself inside the domain for Sukuna, but didn't cover can't miss attacks with regard to him. He took the hit from Unlimited Void 5 times and bore the burden of adaptation. And what he adapted to was Unlimited Void in 0.01 seconds a moment ago. Impossible. Regardless of the wheels turning, Mahoraga manifested after that. Yo, Gojo, don't tell me you're going to get packed up again. You just got your ass kicked for a little bit against Toji. I mean, granted, you came back with a massive comeback, but come on, dog. Did Sukuna bear the burden of adaptation? No. What did that was Megumi's soul. Holy. Get out! Get out, Megumi! Get out! Alright, pages 6 and 7. You look like you have something to say. Not really. I'm just glad you're fighting so hard. What a troll. Not as hard as you. To be honest, I thought a curse technique effect like Unlimited Void, which only activates in a domain, would be difficult to handle, so I wanted to rid you of that move first. While not using amplification inside a domain, I used 10 Shadows technique to have Fushiguro's shoulder adaptation. As a result, I couldn't use curse techniques aside from what's given to the domain, but it was worth it. But I bet you only had him shoulder the process of that adaptation and not the results. Sukuna, neither you nor Megumi's soul have adapted to Unlimited Void. If I open my domain again, you will have to bring out Mahoraga. My next attack will end this. Let's go, let's go, let's go! You can't open your domain again. What? Looks like I was right to be worried. Yo, don't tell me we about to be smoking on that Gojo. Don't do it! What is this? By using reverse curse technique to repair a burnt out innate domain, you pushed yourself too far. Curse techniques are engraved somewhere around the right prefrontal cortex. You were destroying your brain with cursed energy and healing it with reverse curse technique to reset a burnt out curse technique. No way, doing that even once would be too risky. The brain is like a black box system, especially when it comes to curse techniques. It isn't that easy to heal. So he almost died 4 times, and if he just did it again, that makes 5. I thought Gojo was used to healing his brain. Yo, that's so crazy, used to healing his brain. We just saw that thing that happened to him with, whatchamacallit, with Toji and all that shit. Getting stabbed in the throat and everything, and he had that little dent in his head, looking like Young Boy. Shout out to Young Boy, no disrespect. I thought Gojo was used to healing his brain, but if after effects are manifesting, then Sukuna is better off for having done it less. There are limits compared to flesh and bone. Even if you open a domain, you'll either die or you won't have the precision to combat me. Next time I'll close the domain with a barrier. You'll have nowhere to run. Then I'll dice you up and adapt to infinity as well. Goodbye, strongest sorcerer. Turns out you were lucky to be born in an era when I wasn't around. It's why you're so mediocre. God damn! Man's just talking a little bit of smack, huh? Oh, mate. Domain expansion. Holy. The amount of time that Unlimited Void struck Sukuna total less than 10 seconds. Yeah, this battle is nearing its end. I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it. Nonetheless, just like Gojo, he took enough damage to his brain that opening a domain was impossible. Seems like it had an effect. Yo, why Gojo be having so much fun? Is he a Saiyan? My students are watching, so help me look even cooler, okay? Oh, last pages. So they just about to box now. Ultimate strength and the solitude it brings. I'm the one who will teach you about love. Oh, it kind of goes back to Shorty that... Okay, yeah. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, this chapter was dope. This chapter was real dope. I mean, granted, it's the only... You know, well, no, Icehead Guild. We just had Icehead Guild. But my favorite chapter by far of anything I read tonight. Yeah, it's crazy. Jujutsu Kaisen, we watched him in the anime kicking Major Tail against Toji. Well, he got smoked by Toji, kicked Major Tail by Toji, getting smoked by Sukuna, and now he's on the comeback on Sukuna. It's like a back and forth. It's the Night of Gojo, dog. I'm gonna have to rename the stream the Night of Gojo. Yo. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that chapter was incredible. This was one of my favorites. Because I feel, too, it's finally winding down and ending. It's giving explanation, but I don't know, it's not rubbing me the wrong way like before. And maybe it's because we're winding down. And it looks like now we're just going to be going fist to fist because neither one of them can really open up domains because their brains are screwed. This was a fire-ass chapter. Am I wrong for wanting to give it a 9 now? Am I super off from wanting to say 9? You know, I always give a score on everything that we read. Well, Icehead Guild, it doesn't even matter about scores anymore. I dropped that. But with this one, I wanna give it the 9. Am I off on that? Gege own editor called Sukuna a fraud. Oh god. Gojo is the main character confirmed. It does feel that way. Sukuna went in with the disrespect because he never forgot that earlier moment when he was in Yuji. I bet. Yeah, between everything we read, let's see, Candy Flurry, I would have given that a 7. It was a good first chapter. It didn't blow me away, but it was good, cool setup and whatnot. Blame, I probably would have said more towards closer to the 8. Closer to the 8. I love the show not tell. The art was beautiful. All of that. Blame was awesome. I like Blame. Like, between Candy Flurry and Blame, I much prefer Blame. It feels like it's just a visual orgy of, like, scrolling through and looking at all these beautiful pictures that is telling a story. And pause on that. What else? Icehead Guild, I ain't gonna lie, man. Just, like, give them 5s and 6s somewhere around there. Average to fine, but more so 5s. And this one, I'm leaning towards a 9. I really liked it. I'm giving it the 9. I'm gonna say 9. Great chapter, honestly. Great chapter for me. Check out The Rise of Tim Roosevelt out on all streaming platforms right now, mate. Yeah. Hey, subscribe here on twitch.com/Tim Roosevelt. Get a copy. Nah. Seriously, God bless and have a wonderful night. Love y'all all. Until the next one. Yeah.
This is for my day one. This is for my day one.
I would like to thank each and every person that has taken time to listen and provide feedback for my new album that is out right now, The Rise of Tim Roosevelt. You can listen to it on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, pretty much anywhere you get your music. You can listen to it. Link in the description below so you could go check it out for yourself. Thank you so much, and let's keep on rocking out, you know?